the Old Ignatians Football Club, newly promoted from Division 2 after winning the premiership, are playing their first game ever in Division 1. They've been in the competition for 50 years, and this is their first year in Division 1, and they're up against one of the stalwarts of the Amateur League, Goodwood Saints Football Club, who now hold the record for consecutive years in Division 1. I think that's about 22 years. We have a different look, so we apologise in advance. My normal co-host, Phil Herden, has gone down sick this morning, so a little bit of polish comes off the show in his absence, but stepping into the breach, thank God, at a late notice, is the president of the Goodwood Saints Football Club, Craig Scott. How are you, Scotty?
Very good, thanks, Jacko.
Thanks for joining us, mate.
Well, it's a pleasure.
What were you going to be doing today?
Watching, and I'm a shocking watcher.
Right. Okay. Well, we've got plenty of watching for you to do today. Joining us on the boundary line, we'll go to him a little bit later, is Craig Lambert, back from his little holiday. So we'll certainly have our boundary rider trying to bring you action direct from the middle. Our sponsors today kindly recognised at the start of the broadcast: Roll the Dice, Simon Black, Mosley, Archie's, Dartfish, Sports Interactive and Filming Footy. We're going to have a look at a few graphics now, Scotty, and I'll get your comments on a couple of things. First of all, we'll have a bit of a look at the Old Ignatians history. As I mentioned before, they've been in the competition now for 50 years. In fact, the St Ignatius College opened back in 1951, part of the Jesuit schools, which began in Sicily in 1548. It's a fair history, Scotty.
Just slightly older than me.
This is, as I mentioned, their first ever home game, and the Rolton Reserve, I think, would be the envy of every other footy club. Scotty, the surface here, what do you think?
Look, we've been really, really excited about coming out here today.
Yep.
We drive past this quite regularly and look at it and think, how good would it be to play footy on this? So we're really pumped about today.
Yeah, and it's for those who have been here before, it's probably only 5 or 6 years ago. This place used to be full of tumbleweeds when the Old Iggies were back in Division 3 and 4, and the change rooms were almost to the point of being knocked down. But the whole facilities here, the grandstand, the bar inside, the change rooms, second to none. So an exciting day for the Old Ignatians Football Club, no question about that, but equally an exciting day for Goodwood Saints. We have a look at the recent history of Old Iggies, and you can see last year 13-7, so it wasn't like they took it all before them in Division 2, but they did win the flag, so it was well done to them there. Division 2 in 2020, they finished 4th. 19, they were in Division 3 and finished second, then went up. And I think it is Damien Boots' 4th year as the coach. So he's been here for 3 years, finished 2nd, 4th and Premier, so pretty good record there, Scotty.
Yeah, it's certainly around that Division 2, Division 3 sort of area. So I know that they have been really working hard to get to Division 1. And last year, a great win over Glenunga. So to get up in Division 1 is a fantastic effort, and they would be pumped for today.
Yeah, I spoke to Damien Boots, the coach, yesterday. He's an impressive fella, Bootsy. The amount of work he puts in, and obviously all coaches now need to put in a lot of work. On the screen now you can see the Old Ignatians side. Very difficult for us to read it off our little monitor, but I've got it here luckily enough in front of me. The forward line, Edward Shaw, Junior Grant, Cam McPherson. I think the goals will come from Sam Boots. He's the son of the coach, Damien. It's his 50th game today. Likes to play as a small forward. He's one to keep your eye on. I think it'll be a good match-up between Tommy Lynch, your boy at centre-half back, on Brad Jones. The midfield battles, as normal, will go a long way towards winning the game, and both sides have got really good midfields, but I'll just touch quickly on Old Iggies. Braden de Prince, been a long time serving the Adelaide Footy League, played state amateurs for 3 or 4 years whilst he was out at Broadview. Matt Brinoli was a previous winner of the Division 1 medal whilst at Teatree Gully. Will Abbott played probably 30 or 40 games of league footy at Nord. And Christian Rook, we know Christian was out at at Payneham last year. So the starting midfield, very good, Scotty.
Definitely. There's some really good experience in there. And for a side that's come up, that's what you want to do. You don't want to lose players. You want to gain some players, and some of those have got the experience. There really isn't much difference between Division 2 and Division 1 these days. Yep. Those top-tier sides can certainly handle themselves, and they will have the confidence that they can match it in Division 1.
Yeah, a couple of interesting names, mate. Will Ferrari and Hugh Ferrari. It'll be interesting to see how they go. Like, they're the Rolls Royces or the Ferraris of the team.
Well, I'll be looking for some pace from them, I'll tell you.
My guess is they're probably related to Brian Ferrari, who had a lot to do with this club back in the day. Brian Ferrari Menswear.
Yep.
So look forward to see those two boys. Another interesting name I noticed amongst the players was Tommy Scanlon. I think that's Justin Scanlon, ex-Nord player's son. So looking forward to see him play as well. We'll move on now to your club, Scotty, Goodwood Saints. Have a look at their history. Formed from a merger back in 1985.
Yep.
Tell us about that. Were you involved back then?
Yeah. I started in around about 79 at Goodwood. And met Colin Nelson, Tiny.
Yep.
Introduced me to the club as a 14-year-old, and so was quite involved in the merger between Goodwood and St Raphael's.
Okay. Revered figure at Goodwood Saints, Tiny.
Very.
Anything named after him down there?
He's got the stadium named after him.
Right.
The terrace now, the new club rooms. And got an OAM as well, so
just
interrupt the football.
Yeah, 1 second. The reserves game is going on here in front of us, and just for the people at home, the score is Old Iggy 6-6-42 to Goody Saints 5-11-41. So a 1 point game, and there's probably 4 minutes to go.
4 minutes to go. And we're just trying to still work out where the wind's going.
Yeah. As we sit up here, there's a bit of a wind tunnel, so it's difficult. But if you're watching that at home, you're not at the moment because you're seeing our screen. We'll go through the recent history of Goodwood Saints. Third last year with a 12-4-1 record. 2020 won the premiership. 5th in 19, 4th in 18, 6th in 17, 8th in 16, and Premiers back in Division 1. And we all know they had 5 premierships in a row. So it's been a great journey for the Goodwood Saints. Now been, I think, 20-something years in Division 1 consecutive years.
31.
31, is it?
31 years.
Wow, okay. So I sold that a little bit short. So let's have a look at their side now, Scotty. I'll get your thoughts on a few of the players. We'll talk about your midfield to start with. Tommy Carter, Mason Ellis, Scott Blessing, Nick Favretto up against the guys we mentioned from Iggy's. How do you see that playing out?
Look, there's... Nick is a very, very good footballer, and he's really coming into some form at the moment, so that'll be a really good clash between those
Best and
players.
fairest last year, was it?
So I reckon that's something to really look forward to.
Okay. Him versus Christian will be a terrific contest. Where's the strength of the Goodwood Saints lie at the moment, mate?
Look, I think Carter in the ruck does get that first tap, and that midfield's very good. 2 players come back into the side, Will Clark and Kyle Kirk, who were concussed in the Brighton game.
Okay.
So they come back after a couple of weeks off.
Yep.
So they'll be really keen to perform. And obviously, you've got Angus Rana, who is a recruit from Westies. He's come into the side this year. He's an ex-junior. And I'll tell you, it's a really interesting fact. You've got Jacob Heitman, Sam Lauby, Nick Crockart, Angus Rana, and there's one other in there, Tom Lynch, all played in a junior side together.
Yeah, wow.
So not just juniors, in the same side together.
Yeah, fantastic.
So it's a pretty good junior program.
Now, your height in the forward line today, mate. I've got Nick Burgess on the screen there at centre forward. Now, he doesn't play generally as a tall. He's a good lead-up player. But where's the height come from in the front half? Jacob Hughes will also be a good running player. Is Angus Rana at all?
Angus Rana is a very big tall,
right,
and does move down there for takes those marks in the forward lines, but also you can find him going to the backs. I tell you, Nick Burgess, it isn't a tall player, but he's got such strong hands and can take a really good mark. Right. So he's the one that will do well in that forward line.
Okay, we look forward to those clashes. Ozzie Murdoch, a terrific experienced player for Iggy's at fullback too, so he'll pick up Rana. You do have one of your players that's on the list of Port Magpies as a top-up player.
That's Arian Serene.
Arian Serene, and he will be playing... what position, mate? I've got him somewhere. Half back.
Okay.
Must mention 2 players from Old Iggy's playing milestone games today. Sam Boots playing his 50th and Isaac Ryan playing his 150th. You can hear the crowd in the background. It's getting quite vocal. The margin is still 2 points and we have 44 seconds to play. The ball is down Goodwood Saints end of the ground. The Iggy's have got control of the ball. I'll call this the last 34 seconds because it's exciting. Yeah, Iggy's player steps out. One of the peculiar rules.
So exactly right.
Yeah, no deliberate out of bounds in the Adelaide Footy League either. So well played by that kid.
I reckon they've got this.
20 seconds to play. Got a boundary throw in just outside 50 for Goodwood. They hit it forward. They're now inside 50. They just need to pick up a loose ball. No one there. Stacks on the mill. No one able to take it cleanly. 9 seconds, I think you're right, Scotty. Old Iggies, in their first game of Division 1 reserves at home, have won the B grade. Well done to Old Ignatians. I'll show an interesting stat out, mate. I was just previously on the screen, if we can bring that back up again, Tomia. We'll just show the ANZAC Day Guernsey for Goodwood Saints today. It's a terrific looking Guernsey. I think it's been rolled out for 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah, this is our 3rd year with the jumper. Yeah, look, it's just, again, this is what footy clubs can do. And it's a little bit more than footy. It's an opportunity to reflect, to respect those that have sacrificed a lot for our country.
Yep.
And it's something that now we have that jumper every ANZAC Day game. And I think it's a great tradition. Yeah,
it's a pretty smart looking Guernsey for sure. And we will be having an ANZAC Day ceremony here to start in probably 4 or 5 minutes. We do have a bit of a rundown. It's due to start at what time, Scotty? 2:08 is the toss of the
I don't know why we ever look at times. There is no club that ever sticks to a time schedule.
A couple of interesting facts I need to make you aware of. Do you know we are now in round 3 of the Division 1. There's been only one club in the first 2 rounds that has won away from home.
Get out. In Division 1?
In Division 1.
Yeah.
So Old Iggies are backing themselves on that basis alone today. They've been close in the first 2 games. They played Teatree Gully and could have and should have and would have and didn't. And then PAC, and they were held PAC to account last week. So their form's been pretty good, Scotty. They would be desperate for their first win. And your boys, well, started against Brighton, probably could have, would have, should have, that one, and then had a convincing win last up against Payneham and Norwood Union.
Yeah, we were disappointed with the Brighton game. We really thought we had a lot of the play, and didn't quite go to plan. But the game against Payneham and Norwood Union, the boys played very, very well and got that run on. And I think this is going to be a really good game.
Yep, we must mention the coaches today. I mentioned Damien Boots already, but your coach, Luke Donaldson, the Quack, is absent today, Scotty. Where is he?
Well, I didn't know until you told me, and I must have missed that memo. So
he snuck away without telling the press.
Yeah, I think he's got a wedding or something.
Talk about being comfortable in your own skin, Quack. He didn't even tell the press. He is walking his sister down the aisle, I believe, mate. So,
that's fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah,
I heard that, and I thought, well, that's probably one that you could get away with.
Yep.
Walk her down the aisle, make sure the rings get exchanged, and then drop back in for the second half.
I still cannot understand how anyone could ever get married in the footy season.
Particularly when you've got a brother as a football coach. Who's stepping in?
So Tommy Pising. Tommy's coached C grade, B grade, and now assistant coach in the A grade. He's taken over a couple of times as that assistant coach and run the A grade. He's very experienced, so the boys won't see any difference in there. He's a very, very experienced coach.
I bet you he would be well aware of the fact that in the AFL there have been 5 games this year, or 5 coaches, I should say, who have stepped into the breach for the senior coach who've been unavailable because of COVID, and all 5 have won.
Okay.
Can Tommy Pising keep that record alive?
I love your stats, especially when they're those type of stats. So, yeah, well, let's hope so.
That's what they say. You can make stats do whatever you like, Kate. And I can see some Goodwood Saints people making their way down the hill now. You can see out the far side, it is a beautiful day here. Probably about 23, 24 degrees. We'll go to Lambo shortly for the toss and get his thoughts on the weather conditions.
Beautiful day here at Rolton's Oval. Beautiful day for footy, for ANZAC weekend. We've got the 2 captains coming in now.
Sure, if we're
from
picking Craig up, are we picking Craig up at this stage?
And I would say 2 boys, looking at me on my right-hand side, it's about 2 goals, breeze. Heads was a call.
Do we normally hear him?
Tails it is. St. Iggy's have won the toss, boys. Going to my right, probably to your left on the screen. Oval's in fantastic conditions today. You can probably sleep out here today, Jacko and Scotty. It's in great nick.
We can't hear him.
Sorry about that, boys, but we've just got a pigeon in the eye. But no, beautiful day for footy for ANZAC. We've got a big crowd expecting a really close game today. Look, Goody Saints look good on the paper, but I wouldn't be surprised if St. Iggy's get up by 7 points today on their home ground. Craig Scott, welcome to the team, mate. All the best. And to Jacko, have a great time commentating today. And back to you boys upstairs.
Well, thank you to Lambo. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite hear him, so hopefully at home you could hear him.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
The umpires are making their way over now for the start of the ANZAC Day ceremony. I can see the Goodwood Saints reserves have stayed out on the ground. They're obviously going to participate as well, which is terrific. I'm sure where the old Iggy's boys have gone in for a quick sip maybe before they come out, the reserves. You hosted a ANZAC Day ceremony before, Scotty, at Goodwood Saints.
Yeah, I think
much work goes into it.
Definitely. Because what you want to do is you want to respect those that have made that ultimate sacrifice, and I think you really should try and get someone from the Defence Force.
Yep.
I think you do the ceremony properly.
Yep.
And it's not a hard thing. It's just something that is an opportunity for footy to step out of just that normal role and do something different.
Yeah, it's terrific. We've got Commander Alex Ward here today, who's going to do the last post, and going to hand it over to Old Ignatians now to run the service.
So this is Paul Kirchner from Old Iggy's.
Paul Kirchner.
So we've had a bit of a chat during the week together. And
one of the great share brokers in Adelaide.
Yes.
Cost me a lot of money over the years.
They'd have a few at Old Iggy's too, I reckon.
They would, yeah, and they're B-graded now, made their way out as well from Old Iggy's, which is terrific. One of the real great days in the Australian calendar, isn't it, ANZAC Day?
Definitely. And I think Adelaide Footy League really support this sort of stuff.
Yep. Terrific spectacle, and the camera pans across and sees both teams and coaches all lined up.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to direct your attention to the balcony, please? My name is Paul Kirchner. I'm the president of Old Ignatians Football Club. I welcome you all here today and acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, the Ghana people. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to the president of the Goodwood Saints Football Club, Craig Scott. Craig, welcome. And to the players, coaches and supporters of both clubs. ANZAC Day is an important day on the Australian calendar, and it is right that we acknowledge the significance of the day. At the end of the game, we'll present an ANZAC Day medal to the best player of each club. I'll now hand you over to Commander Rick Ward, who will take us through the ceremony.
Thank you, Mr. President. I played for the Old Nations 40 years ago without distinction, so thank you for having me back here for today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's important that we have this ceremony today. I'm very glad that the clubs have agreed to do this because it is such a significant day. It's the 107th anniversary of the Gallipoli landings on Monday. So we'll have a ceremony today to acknowledge that, and it's a ceremony of acknowledging the sacrifice, the death of the people who were killed in the war, to make sure that we don't forget them. So we'll have the ode, the remembrance, we'll have the last post, we'll have a minute's silence for that. So Gallipoli was an important event for Australia. You had the boats going in, you had the soldiers on them, rolling off into the water, getting as fast as they could to the beach, running across the beach, running up the cliffs. They're running because they have to go there for the military objective, and because they've been shot at. Rifles, machine guns, mortars, artillery. That's what they're running into. That was the significance of the day. But the great significance that came, although this was all fought over in Europe and the Middle East, it really hit back in Australia because people died. Australia had a very small population there, and lots of people were getting killed in World War I, and it shocked the country. And that's why you'll see in every suburb, in every country town, there is a war memorial, all for World War I, added to the subsequent wars that have happened. In fact, you'll see the structure over here, on my left, north of where we are, is a war memorial right there that was built for people. All around that is this massive loss. And so the country ensured that it remembered the sacrifice of the people who went and fought on our behalf. Now, remember that's what it's for. It's all about remembering the fallen. But I also ask you to spare a thought. I joined the Navy in 1999, and Australians have been on active service since then. That's over 20 years of fighting. And the people who've been on active service have seen things and done things and experienced things we can't imagine. And they're having great difficulty, not all of them, but a lot of them are, to re-establish themselves back into the community that they've served so much. So spare a thought in a minute's silence for their loss as well. The ode, ladies and gentlemen. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget. Now we'll have them playing at the last post and a minute's silence. The last post. Thank you. That last piece was the rouse. I mean, to get out of bed. So we should get on with the football. Before we do, ladies and gentlemen, would you please join us with your best singing voices for the national anthem?
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil in welfare.
How good is that?
Well, that doesn't get the blood boiling. I don't know what
I
will,
have
Scotty.
tingles all the way through me. Seriously, that is fantastic.
What a terrific job. Yeah, thanks, Paul. Well done. Terrific job. And that's one of the better ANZAC Day tributes I've seen. So well done to Commander Alex Ward. Did a fantastic job. Thank you very much for your time today. And in a day when we remember history, history is also being made today, Scotty, with Old Ignatians' first game ever of Division 1 football.
Yeah, it's a really exciting day. And also in relation to ANZAC Day, ANZAC Day this year is also celebrating our First Nations people who fought in the war, and unfortunately some of them didn't have a great welcome back to our country, and we were remembering them and their sacrifices that they make as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, both teams now at their respective ends. I know Lambo did point out which way each of the sides were going. I can't, normally Phil would have the green maggots' names to read out, the umpires.
There'll be a fine from Kirchner's.
Terrific to see the voice in green. Gee, they've created a bit of publicity around the place at the moment, the AFL, with the new sanctions. What are your thoughts on that, Scotty, with the new rules?
What? I'm not a football watcher.
Right, okay.
So I don't sit there
Doesn't
watch
bother
the
you.
AFL and whatever. So I've kind of missed what's been happening with the AFL. I can just assume that it's something to do with the man on the mark and not putting their hands up or something.
Well, that's right. Not demonstrating, or remonstrating, I should say, with the umpires. So last night there was a player that remonstrated by just signaling to the umpire that the ball had touched the ground, and that was enough to cost a 50-metre penalty. So, they're certainly trying something different there, the AFL. And I guess if umpire numbers are a problem across the country, they have to try to do something. So,
look, I've got no issues whatsoever of looking after the umpires. Some of the things that supporters say on the boundary is absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah.
And it really needs a culture change, because we obviously need umpires, but especially in junior grades, you want to encourage your players to become umpires, because I think you become a better player when you are an umpire.
Yeah, look, we could go on for hours about the fact that some people think they pay their $10, or in the case of the Adelaide Footy League, it's free to walk in, and that gives them a licence to say whatever they like on a Saturday afternoon and vent their week's frustrations. But I think society is no longer tolerating that. Scotty? Well, both sides now moving out of position, so it is Goodwood Saints who will be kicking to the right of your screen. Give you...
Angus Rana down at full forward.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
So the umpire holds the ball off. Big Braden DePrince, recruited from Broadview, up against Big Tommy Carter. And Carter it is, or DePrince who gets first hand on it. Now it comes out to sorry, I beg your pardon. That's number 11 for Old Iggies. He doesn't appear on my sheet. That's good. Great start.
Just looks like he sat on their back like riding a horse.
He did. Good battle this will be. Carter versus DePrince. DePrince now follows his work up. Tries to get the ball, but Holzbauer ends up with it, spills to the front of the contest. Players are trying to hack the ball with the legs. No one able to get real clear purchase on it. DePrince again meets the ball on, has a bit of support out the back, courtesy of Will Abbott, but he's not able to take the ball cleanly, and he was well tackled by Sam Lauby, who's been a good young player coming to the Goodwood Saints side last year. Scotty?
Yeah, another junior, and really holding himself well in Div 1.
Yeah, good battle of the heavyweights, isn't it, between DePrince and Carter early.
He's a big lad.
Braden DePrince sits at 6'8", mate. So, where is Tommy Carter's brother this year? Is he playing?
Jack is playing, and he's just out injured at the moment.
Right, okay. So both sides looking to structure up a player out the back loose. Who can use that best? Ball goes forward to Roki. Now, it's just staying in. Louis Whitelock, no Tommy Anderson it was. It comes hard at the contest. Pushes the ball out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Right at the centre ground. No side yet able to get clear possession away from the stoppage, so it gives you good indication early that both sides have come to have a crack.
Yep.
So Carter tries to swing his leg at that one. Nothing doing. Once again, this is restart, or will be restart number about 5 in the first 2 minutes of the game, and I don't think we've had a kick yet.
No.
Interesting stat, Scotty.
Tried it off the ground.
It's another tackle. In fact, that would almost be some sort of record. There was a situation in the Port Power game last week where they didn't touch up the ball, I think, for the first 2 minutes. But we have not had a kick here inside 2 minutes. Now it goes forward for Goodwood Saints, but once again, Sam Lowry not able to take the ball cleanly. We'll have another ball up. Boundary umpire puts his back into that one. Big De Prince, ball goes to the back this time. Can someone take it cleanly? Scott Blessing was there, but we are again unable to get the ball out. Jeez, the boys are throwing themselves willingly at it. There's no doubt about it. That ANZAC Day ceremony has really sparked up the interest. That is almost...
Just want to shout out, get it on the boot.
Yeah. You quite often used to hear that in the footy, didn't you? Just kick it! No one's been able to take it cleanly too. Kick it, but here's our first kick. That comes courtesy of Nick Favretto, the best and fairest from Goodwood Saints from last year. Beautiful contest, Scotty. Who's that?
Yeah, that's Angus Rana.
Nice, good size, isn't he? He'd be a 6'7" too. Long to the top of the square, looking for Jacob Hughes. In the end, marks uncontested, so they'll be disappointed, Old Iggies, with their inability to make a contest there.
And I'm just trying to work out this breeze, because where we're sitting, it is actually quite strong to our right. So where it's coming on that ground is really hard to tell.
Yeah, from our right. If you look at the tree over there, it looks like it is going from right to left, would suggest Old Iggies have got it. But that was Jacob Hughes' first shot on goal and first score for the game. Puts him on a 1 point. Old Iggies yet to score. And we'll get some sort of indication on the strength of the breeze with this kick in. Very difficult to read some of the old Ignatian Guernsey numbers, particularly from a long way away, but I think this might be Ozzie Murdoch bringing the ball in. Been around the club now for 7 or 8 years, I would think. Ozzie, been a terrific player. That's not actually Ozzie Murdoch, apologise, I just can't see the number. Well, he plays on, brings it to the boundary wing. Nice mark by big Braden De Prince, so he'd be happy the way he started the game. Handballs, Tommy Lynch in best position here for Goodwood Saints. Oh, nice hip and shoulder from Cameron McPherson on Tommy Lynch. Neil almost put him into the pickets. So over boundary line, same two blokes at it. I think they'll go over it most of the day. De Prince gets rid of Carter beautifully that time. He's certainly got the edge by a little bit at the moment. Tommy Anderson off the halfback flank. Can anyone take it cleanly? No. It's going to be one of these days, I think. Well, certainly in the first quarter, it appears it's going to be a lot of congestion and a lot of heat. Scott Blessing being a good addition to the club, Scotty, last year.
Not just as a player, but as a club person around the club, he's been fantastic.
Yep, that time Carter does it well. Ends up with Nick Favretto again. He puts it into the corridor. No one there for Goodwood Saints. Iggy's there first, but a really strong tackle by Ollie Johnson, who is probably in his 3rd or 4th year now at Goodwood Saints, coming across from West Adelaide.
Juice.
OJ. Carter gets away with that one, pushes the Prince in the back. And the captain, Ben Holzbauer, captain this year now.
Dual captains, Jacob Hughes and Benny.
Right, and there's Jacob Hughes there, as if on cue. Whoa! That has to be head high. It was, and it is.
And Sam Lowry.
Yeah, and he'll get a free kick in the forward pocket. What's his banana ball like?
Well, I'll back him. How's that?
All right. Louis Whitelock stepped away from the captaincy after a good 4 or 5 years in the role. Yeah,
really good captain.
Yep. So he's actually gone left foot there instead of going the banana. Is he right foot over it?
Yes.
Wow, that's an interesting choice.
I won't back him again.
Bring back Phil Herden, and the people at home are already saying, where is fabulous Phil? He wouldn't have called that one. Hope you're feeling okay, Phil. Boundary throwing inside the Goodwood Saints front 50. Spills there is going to make up for this time. Once again, there's plenty of numbers in and around the ball. Ellis it is who slaps it back to Blessing. Back with that boy again. He's getting plenty of the ball, Lauby, isn't he? He's in and around it. He looks dangerous.
He certainly does get to the ball.
Does he? Yeah.
He's really worked hard, and now he's settled into the side.
How old, mate?
He'd only be 22.
Okay. So Old Iggy's now push the ball into the corridor. Nice bit of play here. They've opened up some good forward momentum here. If they can just get it effectively to Sam Boots, son of the coach. I've missed the hit there. Scotty, what was that?
It was just a tackle.
Right,
down the ball.
On Mason Ellis. Quickly switches the play. The young fella out that side, mate. That Charlie Pridham. Blonde-haired lad.
Yes.
Yep.
Played the B grade first game and really, really shone.
Okay.
And then came up round 2.
So nice switch of play here from Goody Saints out to Tommy Anderson, veteran. He's got Holzbauer presenting now. Decides to leave that one and look for a longer option. He's looking for Scott Blessing. Will he present? Or Lauby? Really not two real tall targets, so takes a real risk bringing it back into the corridor, and it's not going to prove good. I think that's Christian Rook.
That's the trouble with that switch play. Is you've really got to get it on really quickly, don't you? And if you hold it up too much, they all come over, and then you've got to go across the ground, and then you risk that.
I could see what Tom was doing. The problem was he didn't have a key forward to present for the long ball down the line. So he had Lauby and Blessing too small, so he felt like he had to go somewhere else. That's where they needed Angus Rana to come up the ground a little bit. But there's Lauby again getting his hands on the ball. Only as far as Sam Boots for the Iggies. He short kicks. Nice tackle from Favretto there. Locks the ball in again, and we'll have a ball up. I reckon Sam Lauby's touched the ball 6 or 7 times in the first 8 minutes of the game. Haven't
really
been effective yet, but gee, he's certainly getting the ball. Now this looks promising for Iggies. They go forward courtesy of Connor Bristow. He hits the top of the 50. Nice handball. Can they keep it alive? They can on the outside. Beautiful sidestep there, and he celebrates like this might be Cam McPherson, I think. Just check the number there, mate. Number 1, Cam McPherson.
Correct.
First goal of the day to Old Ignatians, Cam McPherson. Fantastic. He will be long remembered for. And we'll go to Craig Lambert on the sidelines. That one. Thanks, Lambo. We still can't quite hear him here on our mics, so we'll try and get that sorted out, but hopefully you heard that at home on the scoreboard. So Old Iggy's first goal, 1 goal, 6. Goody Saints, 1 point. And they come out of the middle again, good through Braden to Prince, slept it out the back. Looking for Dominic Grant. I think he goes by the tag Junior. They still have it, Old Iggies. They go back now into the forward 50. They've got numbers on their side. Got 2 there. Just went too hard on the punch. It was good effort by the Goodwood Saints defender. I think that was Zachary Sanderson, new player this year. Yeah,
no, Zach's been around for a while, junior.
Right.
But Tommy Lynch is coming off with a, looks like a calf injury or a foot injury.
Yeah, he doesn't look good, mate. I'd suggest that is gone for the day on the back of the way he's. Keep your eye on that one. Ball is still alive inside the Old Iggies front 50. They'll want to try and make use of this win when they can, but they relieve Aaron Serene. Takes it for Goodwood Saints out of the back line. Now they're coming through the middle of the ground. Good long kick, but once again it's Lauby they're looking for, Goodwood Saints. He needs a good bounce. Got it. Couldn't quite take it cleanly. Hughes has got it. And in the end, almost a wasted opportunity, but boy, Lauby.
Yep, Jacko and Scotty. Lynchy's off with from Goody Saints with a serious ankle injury. Just a feedback. Serious ankle injury to Lynchy from Goody Saints.
Yeah, important player, Tommy Lynch, been recruited. He's a Goodwood Saints junior, as you mentioned, Scotty. Did spend a few years at West Adelaide. They'll need him back on the ground quickly as possible. Jacob Hughes runs onto this. Was that a free kick? The umpire says no, nothing doing. And Old Iggy's again good enough to relieve the pressure. Courtesy of Tommy Scanlon, son of Justin. Long down the wing now. In best position, probably Charlie Pridham. It spills the front now. Mason Ellis, I think. Good kick. Looking for Nick Burgess. Can't take it. Again, Lauby in the play. He's certainly in contention after only 11 minutes for BOG honours. If he can keep that. And again, he's on the end of this ball. Just can't quite keep it in. I'm not sure I've seen a lad work so hard for such little reward in so early in the game, Scotty.
His work rate is very, very good.
Yeah, he's really Yeah, look at him. He's bent over. He's really struggling a little bit. Got some work to do to try and keep him out of the game. Same 2 rucks. It's a great contest. I'm enjoying watching this one, Scotty.
Yeah, really good, isn't it?
Yeah. So Goodwood Saints do it nicely now. Come back into the corridor. Go outside. It's Kyle Kirk who kicks it long. Whoa! And a big jump from Angus Rana. Not able to take it. Good spoil. Jacob Hughes, the veteran, gets it.
Good eyes.
Yeah, lifts it towards Tommy Anderson. He's got plenty of time if he can keep it in. He does. Will he sell the dummy? No. And old Iggy's, they're up and about. I can tell you, they've come to play. And that was a beautiful spoil by Hugh Ferrari.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a Ferrari too.
Oh, well, you commentate long enough, mate. It's only a matter of time. So, nice tap from the Prince. Goodwood Saints ends up with the big fella Carter, and he gets it again. Handballs. Kyle Kirchner, Irene Serene, the new player of the club this year.
Junior, and is on the Port Power list.
Right, it's the one we mentioned is at Port, yep. Lively type, mate, so I can see why he's at Port.
Knee injury, I think an ACL.
Right, okay. So Carter unopposed that time, and unfortunately hits it direct to the opposition. Now it's gone out to space. Hopefully someone can get on the end of this. They do. Ignatians, but the handball's not great. Puts Will Abbott under a bit of pressure from Holzbauer. They do it well though, Iggies. I'm impressed with the way they've started the game. It's a good tackle too by Ben Holzbauer. Just the handball just put the teammate under a bit of pressure. Perhaps a quick kick might have been the answer there. Carter, the Prince, Iggy's get it. Handball beautifully out the back. Can't read that number for the life of me. Think it was Jack Manson. Puts it inside 50. They've still got it. Iggy's, Goodwood Saints back. Courtesy of Jacob Heitman, I think, on the ground now. Holzbauer, the captain, around the corner. Looking for, again, they're asking a lot of this Sam Lauby. And it's Isaac Ryan that's got the job. Lambo.
Jacko and Scotty, Tommy Lynch out for the whole game. A serious ankle injury, boys. Back to you.
Yep. Well, we didn't quite get what Lambo said, but hopefully
just a serious ankle injury to Tommy Lynch. So
finished
he
for
won't
the day.
play any part of the game.
Yeah, it's a shame. Guess who has got the ball? In fact, that's what I'm going to call him for the rest of the game. Guess who? And Hughes. He's had plenty of it early, as has Favretto. Can he hook that from the boundary line? That's a tough kick. Wasn't able to get it through the big post, but that's their second point of the game. Early thoughts, Scotty?
Good, tough contest, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think Iggy's would be like a couple more goals, I reckon.
Yeah, if the wind is as strong as we believe it to be, then, yeah, I think they would like to have had a couple on the board by now. Tommy Carter having a well-earned spell. He goes in the ruck for Goodwood Saints then.
I think Angus.
Angus, and he's up against Big Braden de Prince there, and did it well, Big Braden. Hasn't had a spell, 15 minutes in the ruck, and that was a terrific mark. Showed a bit of pace there, the big fella. No young, probably 4-time best and fairest at Broadview. And that wasn't one of his better kicks. He was looking for his old fitness coach, Craig Lambert, though.
Ruckman.
Should never kick. Zach Sanderson relays the ball. Favretto ends up with James Ridgewell. He goes out the far side. Good effort there. Goody Saints got nice control at the moment. Crocker, yep. Spills out to Ellis. Oh, he's going to cop a free kick there for too high. Played for it beautifully, didn't he? Just lowered his knees, a la the captain of Geelong. He finds a target forward and hits him.
That's Jacob Heitman. So this is Jacob's first game this year.
Right.
Had a bit of a back injury during pre-season. So, he'll be looking forward to performing today.
Okay, well, you call it, Scotty.
I reckon he'll kick this.
All right. Well, he's kicked it. You're right. And tell you what, that is an absolute beautiful kick off the boot. Jacob Heitman's first for the year, obviously, and first for the day for Goodwood Saints. And I've just had a message from Fabulous Field to tell me the field umpires today, Andrew Crosby and Paul Smith, and we thank them for their service.
They're doing a good job, I reckon.
They are. And it's a keenly contested game. There's another...
Sam Lambie's come off. I reckon he needs to.
Hopefully he's come off just for a spell, but he looks a little bit proppy. Get Lambo to keep his eye on Sam.
He might just have a sore leg.
He might have red ink all over his hands. All right, the Prince now having a spell. So both sides have got their second ruckmans in. Who will take advantage of that? Anderson does it well. Come you call it Mason Ellis, isn't it? No, it's Jacob Heitman again, the goal kicker. And so that breeze does look like it's pushing towards us, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Old Iggy's Lawrence Comazetto will bring the ball in. The half back line. So the second ruck for Old Iggy's is good matchup size-wise with your boy Angus Rana. Number 5, Edward Shaw. So Ozzie Murdoch, that was there. Did it well. Got the numbers here, Iggy's. They're running the ball quite well out of their back lines. This is where they need to get something for their effort in the half forward. But once again, Goodwood Saints defence strong enough to clear that, and they kick it towards Carter. He goes down the boundary line. Umpires paid a free to Hughes. Or Kyle Kirk, is it?
That's Kyle Kirk. Yep.
Looks a bit like Hughes, actually.
Yeah, he does that a little bit.
Yeah.
A bit smaller.
Yep. So options in front of him are Hughes, Burgess, Gleesing. Oh, nearly Ozzie Murdoch took a hanger over the back. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Heitman hits it forward. Now Ozzie Murdoch again. Could get a free kick from the back. Nothing doing. So, this is going to test young Ryan Shaw up. He's up against Carter. And Carter is. That's one of the strengths of Carter's ruck work. He likes to take the ball out himself. And the opposition sides that have done their homework will always be aware of that and try and put him under a bit of pressure. But fair size difference now. He's up against Ozzie Murdoch, and I reckon Ozzie will be giving away 20 kilos in about 8 inches.
And he'll use his body.
Yep, and he does. He hits it nicely. Not able to take the ball cleanly. Iggy's in best position now. They've set up pretty well to bring the ball out of the back lines. That was James Kennedy. They have ran the ball well there. It's been more their inside 50 work that has hurt them a bit. I think it's fair to say they've probably had more of the ball inside 50 than Goody Saints at the moment.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see the stats at quarter time.
Yeah. Not sure we've got a stats man today. Everybody's gone down. We haven't. We've lost our stats man. We lost our main caller.
We'll make them up.
Lost our producer. Surely you can go down and see someone at Goodwood for us and get the mail from your end at least.
So was it all COVID?
Phil still waiting for a test. Alejandro, yes, COVID. Our stats man, I'm not sure where or. It's the first time we've called a game without any stats people. So
I saw one of the Adelaide Footy League games was cancelled today.
Pulteney.
Yeah,
Pulteney. That's unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, to think you have to cancel an A-grade game is you're in bad shape, aren't you?
Definitely.
I don't think I've seen any team have to do that yet. That's Dave Kennewell that's coaching out at Pulteney. Welcome to wonderful world of coaching. You didn't expect that. Josh Slape giving away a free kick there, holding the ball. Old Iggy's have it in the half-back line. Time now, folks. We're 21 minutes gone. They lead Goodwood Saints by 3 points. Probably not the ideal start for Iggy's, to be brutally honest with you. Louis Whitelock, the veteran left footer, always a good kick. That's no exception. Hits Favretto in the corridor. He switches the player like this. Out in the space for Holzbauer. Can he take it cleanly? He does. Can he hit the mark? He does. Charlie Pridham has it. Now they go inside 50. The little left footer goes to the top of the square. And that is, without doubt, the play of the day so far. Nick Burgess.
That's a great kick, isn't it?
Was a beautiful kick, yeah.
Instead of going straight for goal, he's brought it into that top of that square.
Yep.
And given the forwards a chance.
And you mentioned the fact that he's a good mark for his size. I mean, he's standing a bloke, Ozzie Murdoch, who's probably one of the better defenders in the competition, certainly in the lower ranks, and will be able to handle Division 1 no problems as well. Yep, Burgess lines up. So that's a terrific mark against a good opponent. But the chain of kicks, mate, well, 4 kicks in a row, started out here by, I don't know, but that definitely is a contender for one of our awards, which is the play of the day. And that comes to us courtesy of the Simon Black Academy. Play of the day, they win a Powerade and Archie sandal. So remember that one. Goodwood Saints ended in a goal. What time, mate? 22-minute mark, first quarter.
Yep.
Nick Burgess. Not sure what we should give him. I think the credit should go to the halfback flanker who started the plate. Anyway, we're back in the centre. This time Iggy's come out. It's that ruckman, Edward Shaw. He's gone long. There's a chance here, I think, with great little defence. But, gee, he hit the ball well, didn't he, when the ball hit the ground?
Yep.
That is Cameron McPherson. He's a lively type. Is it Cameron McPherson, number 1?
Yep.
Or Sam Boots, number 10? That's your job, Scotty.
Yeah,
See if you can read those old Iggy's Guernsey's numbers. Put that.
They're a little bit hard to read, aren't they?
They are, the white number. I'm not sure what other number you can put on there, though, to be honest with you. Maybe it's the vertical stripe. But I was right initially. It's Cam McPherson, and that is his second. So he's kicked both goals for Goodwood Saints.
And good that entry in, not kicking over.
Yeah.
Kicking in front, it gives your forwards a chance.
Well, he kept his feet, didn't he?
Definitely.
That was the beauty of what he did there. He competed well in the air and then kept his feet and was able to get the ground ball and kick the goal. Original ruckman back at it now. Let's have a look. To Prince, first hands on it. No one able to take the ball cleanly again here. We are starting to get a little bit more space open up in the game, though. James Ridgewell tries to kick it around the corner. That's a good, strong tackle. The Prince gets it.
They're out.
Yeah, and a nice handball out to space.
Good kick.
For Will Abbott. Good player. He's kicked it to Bradley Jones. Hits the top of the square. Not able to take it this time, Iggy's. They would have liked a repeat of the last entry that went to that exact spot. And 24 minutes gone. No, they're still behind by 3 points. Old Ignatians 2 goals. Goodwood Saints 2 goals, 3. So wouldn't be a lot of time on, I don't think, Scotty. 24 and a half gone.
We certainly didn't have a kick in the first 3 minutes. So.
I like the look of this young kid too.
Yeah, Pridham is playing very well.
Yeah, he is. He's getting hold of the ball. He's like a little terrier. Kyle Kirk kicks long. Aussie Murdoch onto that one. Didn't quite take it. Nick Burgess keeps his feet, now falls over. They're still in it, Goodwood Saints, if they can get around the corner. Does it well, Ellis. Like the way he plays. Iggy's got all the answers, though, on this occasion. Might have been Matthew Bernoli, perhaps, who kicks that long now. It's gone over the back. There a chance here, Iggy's. If the ball sits up, it doesn't. Jeez, it's annoying when the ball doesn't sit up for you like that when you get front position. They're still in it, though. Handball inside.
It's a great handball.
It was. And can he finish? Oh, it's hit the post. Would have been a much-needed goal from Old Iggy coming into quarter time. They muck around, though. Goodwood Saints, they're straight on with it. Although it's a turnover. They're under a bit of heat now inside their defence. 50. Got some good forward line pressure here from Old Iggy's. They've really made Goodwood Saints retreat. They switched the play, and that's a beautiful kick. And a good catch taken by Aaron Serene. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, no, that's right. Aaron Serene.
Okay. Skipper Holzbauer plays on beautifully. He's always a good finisher of the ball, and that's no exception. He finds Angus Rana. Gets the ball back himself. Where will he go here? He look for Burgess. Burgess again. That time not matched up against Murdoch.
Just
I reckon.
A good, strong marker.
Yeah, I reckon Damien Boots would prefer Murdoch on that. Nick Burgess. That match-up just gave away a little bit of size, the old Iggy's boy. This will be a difficult kick. You think he can kick this one?
No.
Okay. He's going to kick from about 45. Fairly acute angle. Tell you what, looks all right off the boot. And he says, Craig Scott, put another 50 on the contract
Exactly
next
right.
week because that is my second.
And I will get fined for that.
Goodwood Saints out to 3 goals, 3 now. Old Ignatians, 2 goals, 1. And the game has opened up a little bit from the first 6 or 7 minutes where it was just helter-skelter, everyone throwing their bodies out. We're now starting to see a little bit of ball spill to the open space. Back in the middle to Prince and Carter. Haven't called Old Iggy's midfielders in Matt Brinoli a lot, but it's probably because I haven't picked up his Guernsey number. But that's a nice transition out of the middle. That is fantastic footy.
That is a great kick.
Now, that was probably Brinoli, I think maybe that was involved in that, was it?
Yeah, and Will Abbott.
Will Abbott, yep. Christian Rook, perhaps. That was Christian Rook was involved there as well. But it is Edward Shaw, the second ruck forward. About 30 metres out from goal. Kicks it beautifully. Kicks it to the right post. The wind does the rest. Much needed goal by Old Iggy's. Puts them out to 3-1. They now trail the Saints just by 2 points and nearly 28 minutes gone. I said at the 24-minute mark there wasn't going to be a lot of overtime, but that proved to be wrong.
Surprising, to be honest.
Yes.
And I don't reckon that wind is that much. So, 2 points difference is reflective of the game at this stage.
Yeah, it's been a real good contest. We knew coming in it was going to be a contest. Iggy's are up for the game. They want to win their first ever game here, and Goody Saints respect that and want to make sure they don't do it. So here they go again. The Prince, beautiful tap. Carter came charging at him. Nice by Rook off the half-back line now, Goody Saints, but ball turns over. They've got the numbers here, Goodwood Saints. Carter's got it. Lex to go the drop punt, out to space. Good intelligent kick. Heading for Hughes. He can't take it. Defence is solid by Old Ignatians. Gives it off to Kyle Kirk. He has a crack at it with a modern day snap. Not quite good enough to bring it back in amongst the big ones. Goodwood Saints out to 3-5. So if you can read that number, can you, Scotty?
Yep, number 29.
29.
James Kennedy kicking the ball out.
Right. Plays on, does it well. Have a look at that kick.
Jeez.
That has gone past the centre circle. Understand that? That's good, intelligent football.
That's great.
That shows to me that's a team that's well drilled. They understand not much time left. Got the breeze. We go long down the corridor. It's well played. That's the sort of stuff you practice and rehearse during the week at training, so it was terrific to see.
2 kicks away from your opposition's forward.
Yep. Setting up with a loose player behind the ball. Iggy's probably got 2 loose players. Aussie Murdoch, it is, who is setting himself up as the spare, which is allowing now Charlie Pridham to sit and Tom Anderson to sit off the back of the contest for Goodwood Saints. They're electing to roll their extra player up around the stoppage, whereas Iggy's are electing to roll theirs back inside the D50. Umpire's called holding the ball.
Nick Crocker.
Crocker goes to the wing. Good kick. Time got to be running short, you would have thought. And that ends would be...
It's a 30-minute quarter.
Yeah, a surprisingly long quarter, but a good quarter of footy. The first 5 or 6 minutes was both sides crashing in 100 mile an hour. We'll take this opportunity to grab a quick drink and we'll have a hear from some of our sponsors. Well, welcome back, folks. Quarter time here at Rolton Reserve. Great day for footy. If you've just tuned in, you missed the ANZAC Day Ceremony at the start of the game, which is fantastic, and you've missed what would no doubt be called an entertaining game of footy. The scoreboard reflects that. Goodwood Saints are 3-4, kicking into what was probably a slight breeze that quarter, and Old Iggy's in their first game at home at the Rolton Reserve as a Division 1 footy side are on 3-1. Goal scorers, Cam McPherson's looked lively up forward for Iggy's with 2, and Edward Shaw, who's played forward and in the ruck, with 1. And for Goodwood Saints, Nick Burgess has proved very handy up forward. He's taken a couple of great marks. He's got 2, and Jacob Heitman kicked a beauty from around the 50 into the breeze. Lambo at the moment is having a look at the huddle. What are your thoughts, Scotty?
I'm loving the ruck contest.
Yeah.
I think I reckon the Old Iggy's he's got the upper hand at the moment.
Yeah, he probably hasn't had quite as many kicks as Carter, but his ruck work has probably just shaded him, I thought, and his handballs have been good too. He's been able to handball into space, has been able to set some of his midfielders up. So, yeah, it's a great battle at the moment, those two. Yeah,
it's been good out of the centre. I reckon Iggy's would be happy that they're getting it out quickly.
Yeah.
and then they're taking those marks. But I reckon they're just a couple of their kicks just missing the marks at this stage.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the second quarter. I only noticed late in the quarter, Iggy's were rolling with an extra player back behind the footy, which allowed Goodwood to roll with one extra around the stoppage. Be interesting to see from a coaching perspective whether that continues this quarter. I would think Iggy's will be really concerned about the defence. So I look forward to see how that unfolds. But I'm with you. The battle of the midfields was something we spoke about before the game. But Iggy's need to make sure they've got some sort of control. Nick Burgess, he's been the aerial threat up forward. Early on the ground, it was Sam Lauby who was in everything. Did he come back on after?
I reckon he did come back on. So let's
no, that's a shame.
See if he's back on at the start. And Lambo. We'll cross to Lambo.
And we're off with Lambo.
Jacko and Scotty, not a bad first quarter. Iggy's gone with a breeze. When they move the ball quick, they get results. That is a difference at the moment, but also too, their contests inside is what they got to do better. Contests inside, and if they win, that they're going to go a long way winning this game of footy. Their back six was very good, so Iggy's coach very happy with that first quarter, but run and carry more, and especially on the ground level, if they work a little bit more harder, they'll get more results. So looking for a really good second quarter again from Iggy's. Goodies, on the other hand, look, they play smart footy. They got the breeze. If they use it, all the best.
Thank you, Lambo. Yeah, disappointing, mate. Looks like Sam Lauby is no longer going to participate in this game. So that's two. Tommy Lynch, we mentioned earlier in the game, went off with an ankle. And Sam Lauby is not on the bench at the moment. So Goodwood Saints down to one interchange. It'll be interesting seeing how that pans out. Carter it is, gets first hands on it. Now it's Rook. Beautiful off the back at Old Ignatians. Courtesy of Jack Manson now. He goes down the line. Nice mark just outside forward 50. Can they play on quickly? He does. He got some space if he can control the kick. But getting across the cut-off for Goodwood Saints was Aaron Serene. And he now relieves the pressure. Goes long. Back to whence it came. I think he's in best position here. Plays on beautifully. They're still alive. Nice little left foot kick. Hits the mark at half forward. Can't see the number there, sorry folks at home. He wheels around onto his right foot. They go to the same spot with a much better result this time, and that is a good transition of play, and that is a contender for the Simon Black Academy Player of the Day. If we can get our eyes on Kieran Reynolds, he is certainly a chance to be a recipient of that award at the end of the day. Kieran Reynolds, about 30 metres, dead set, straight in front of goal. Slight breeze, looks confident, comes in, bit of a skip, like the ball drop, that's home. That's his first for the day, Kieran Reynolds. But it's more importantly, it's Old Iggy's fourth for the day. They're kicking exceptionally well for goal, 4 goals, 1. Your thoughts, Scotty?
Yeah, really good delivery to the forward lines.
Yep.
I'd love that as a forward.
Yeah, it was a beautiful, it was almost the exact same play as before, but just a better result, wasn't it?
And you know, in Division 1, you've got to kick in any footy.
Yeah.
If you're 30 metres out straight in front, you should be kicking.
Yeah, no, nicely opened up forward line there for Old Iggy's. No 6-6-6 rule, so either side could play someone back at the moment, but they're not. It's all one-on-one footy at the moment. Umpire waiting for the ad to finish. Throws the ball up. The Prince gets an easy run at it from the umpire there. I've liked the way they've come off the back of the square, Old Iggy's, to come into the centre square when the centre bounce. They've actually done that very well, haven't they?
Really well.
So a nice left foot kick down the line. It's Tommy Anderson, I think, in best position for Goody Saints with the orange boots. No thought of a switch of play there, which says to me there's something in the breeze. Old Iggy's got all the numbers because that's where they just came from. The risky kick. Good though, ends up with Hugh Ferrari. He transfers the play to this side.
Loose.
Yep, looks like it might be Boots. No, it's McPherson. He does it well, keeps it alive. Still alive for Old Iggy's. McPherson follows up. Can he get the handball? That's a nice handball. Kieran Reynolds, the last goal kicker, back to McPherson. It was good pressure from Goodwood Saints, but equally Old Iggy's were up to it. They were able to relay the ball right along that boundary line, and they now find themselves probably 25 metres out from goal. This boundary throw will put him right in the corridor. Doesn't quite get the length on it, the boundary umpire that I gave him credit for though, Scotty.
No.
Here's your boy. Left foot up, Pridham.
Big Angus Rana.
Yep, Rana, he's got 2 to beat, 3 to beat now. No one can pick it up. That first touch is really important. Look at this. Nice by Hughes over the top. He's got it into space for Heitman. Can he get his second for the day? He can, he did, and he does. And a nice handball over the top from Jacob Hughes, was it? That handballed the ball over the top?
So I'm going to stop watching the game and actually work out what the players are doing.
So, Heitman 2 goals, Burgess 2. So 2 goal kickers only for Goody Saints at this stage.
Isn't momentum, isn't it? You know, the Iggies had the ball down here and they had the momentum down there. They just kept pushing it down and ended up getting it 25 metres there. There, Goody Saints got the momentum going. You just keep pushing it along. Yeah. And anything can happen.
Yep. No, it's a seesaw battle, and that's once again indicated by our scoreboard, which has Goodwood Saints 3 points in front at the 4.5 minute mark of the second quarter. The Prince and Carter. Carter goes early. The Prince does it well, gets his own footy. Just couldn't quite clear it. This now spills towards the wing. Ellis is in good position here. If he can take it clean, he did. Went searching for the free kick. Nothing doing now. Kicks it to half forward. Looking for Nick Burgess. Iggy's got the answers though. Ellis ends up with the ball now on his left foot. Does it well. Controls it to Heitman. He thought about playing on. The umpire's just going to reset the mark. Now he goes to that hot spot. Hughes at the front of the pack. Oh, he probably could have had a go himself. Yeah. Unselfishly didn't. Farmed it off to Nicholas Crockart, I should say. Yep. And now it's Tommy Anderson, is it? Yeah. So Tommy Anderson is playing all over the park, mate. I had him down as a back pocket player, and he's on the wing, and he was well inside forward line. It'll be interesting to see where he runs back to, but that's his first for the day, and he's heading to the back lines. So he said to the coach, listen, coach, I play mid or forward. You can pick me in the back. That's not where I'll play.
You know, I remember junior coaching, and you'd have a player who loves playing forwards, and you say, right, you're going to play in the back pocket today. Next minute you look up, there he is in the forward pocket. You say, no, back pocket.
Yeah, well, that's Tommy Anderson. Yeah. I don't know if he's played too much footy in the back lines, but he's not playing there anyway. So Carter gets this one. Iggy's first hands, nice transition out of the middle through Abbott, I reckon. Oh, big contest on the ball. That's going to hurt a couple of players. They follow up their work well here. Hugh Ferrari, Tommy Anderson, the player we spoke of, had a player outside the handball, didn't see him. Players go at it high. Good release handball to Will Abbott. Goes into the corridor to, was that number 65? He's not on my sheet. 65, good heavens. It's like Adelaide Uni.
I was just going to say, that'd be 265.
Yeah, he's had his head ripped off, that player though. Old Iggy's got a free now, right on the 50 line. Looking to play on quickly. I reckon it might be Kieran Reynolds, the goal kicker.
I think you're right.
He's going to centre forward. Carter comes back beautifully with the flight of the ball. Good defence by Goodwood Saints. So, back behind the footy. It's always what I want to see here. And you can see Jacob Heitman out here on the wing. If the ball comes this way, I'd be filthy if I was old Iggy's coach. If it comes to him now, they had enough time to set up. Doesn't. Goes to Holzbauer, and here they've set up well. Oh, that is a falcon of the highest order. Kyle Kirk, you deserve an award today, mate. We don't have a falcon award. Even the umpire's giving him a bit of a spray as he goes past. He's got a good smile on his face, though, hasn't he? Looks like a good lad, Scotty.
Yeah, he is. Fitted him really well.
The Prince with a beautiful left-hand touch. Goes to Sam Boots. Gets it back now. Boots was a screw pump, drop pump. It's good enough because it's hit space. That's a beautiful bit of ruck craft there from old Iggy's. We don't have the luxury of any stats at all today. Normally we have all of that, but we haven't got any of it today. But Brad Jones it is. He's having his first shot on goal. It'll be a tough kick from there, Scotty.
We'll put that on the top of the square.
Wouldn't have a shot?
No.
Righto, well, let's have a look. This will give us an indication of that breeze. Oh, Scotty, he's done that exact what you asked him to do. Just couldn't quite take the mark. McPherson had an opportunity. Got the numbers now, Goodwood Saints. And that's poor forward pressure by Iggy's. You've got to push up on the loose players there. Look at Holzbauer, the turn of pace. Good release handball. They're out. Heitman's got it. The good heat from old Iggy's now. He's forced to kick quickly. Bad bounce for Aussie Murdoch. Tapped on by Hughes, who will be first onto this. They got the numbers, Iggy's, but can't take it cleanly. Hughes running on again. And 65 from Iggy's, whoever he is. And no one able to take. That was a hot footy, wasn't it?
Very. And you just kind of expect the umpire to give a high free kick or something like that. So good on him for letting it go.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that might be Edward Shaw, who was number 5, maybe. Oh, the Prince, it is still in the ruck. Hits it towards the boundary line. Good ruck play. Nice handball release. Beautiful tackle by Hughes. Players are calling for holding the ball to the umpire. And, well, sometimes if you call loudly enough, what is it? The squeaky wheel that gets oiled. Hughes has it.
And I reckon he'll go for it.
Well, mate, as a forward, do you love the way he pretended he was looking for someone else to kick it to?
Yeah, exactly.
He's on. Oh, Scotty's kicked a shocker. Oh, that is the mark of the day, Angus Rana. That was a real hard footy to mark. It was spinning every which way but loose.
Yes, the great Hutto punt.
Good catch, yeah. So he was from West Adelaide last year, Angus, was he?
Correct. Played a couple of league games. And, yeah, look, he's a ripping lad. Just wanted to come back and enjoy his footy. Wasn't quite enjoying it as much out at Westies.
Well, not much to enjoy out at Westies, mate. Been a long time between wins and drinks out there. If you only drunk after a win, you'd be a teetotaler if you played for Westies, wouldn't you?
And they are our league club, and we love them.
So that's Angus's first for the day, and contender for Mark of the Day. Unfortunately for him, we don't have an award for Mark of the Day, but we do have some other awards which are courtesy of Archie Sandals, Roll the Dice, Simon Black Academy, the Mosley Bar and Kitchen, that's the Ducks Pub.
Yes.
And we'll go through some of those awards later in the game. Scoreboard now, Goodwood Saints out to 6-4, biggest margin of the day, 2 goals, 3 they lead by. Iggy's have been good in the centre square all day. There's a free kick there, missed by the umpire, I reckon. No, he's got it. Sam Boots gone into the centre now, plays on quickly. Transfers it out the space, the far side. Now they need to run it in. Left foot kick, that looks difficult into the breeze. Cannon into his back. Umpire says, nah.
Sam Boots has looked very good, hasn't he?
He has, yes. Now, Burgess has gone back, I reckon, for Goodwood Saints. I'll get you to have a look at that for me, Scotty, but I'm pretty sure I saw Burgess coming back here at this contest.
I reckon what they're doing is when they have Angus Rana up forward,
Yep.
they throw Nick in the back.
Right.
Use him in that back roll.
Okay. Whew, that was the punch from Aussie Murdoch there. So, looked like our boy back onto the ground there. I hope it was Sam Lowby. Just have a look just on the bottom of that pack. Not sure it was, but it looked like him. Same similar physique. So inside the forward line for Old Iggy's. Good double team tackled.
No, I can't see Sam out there.
No,
It was,
not Sam. Okay.
Nick Crockart.
Nick Crockart, is it? Okay. So ball up just inside 50. Old Iggy's would like to score here. Edward Shaw, hands on the ball. No one able to take it cleanly. Plenty of numbers around the contest. All, even though Iggy's got Murdoch again in loose position back behind the footy, allowing Goody Saints the extra roll up at the contest. Here's an opportunity for McPherson. It's going to be a very good kick.
Wasn't far off.
He wasn't. A likely type, isn't he? He's got a bit of speed. Catches the eye with those bright boots.
Yeah. Which he can get away with.
Yeah.
There's another massive kick in. So it must be a fair bruise.
Yeah, good mark by Braden de Prince up against Angus Rana. Look for the handball there. Now he's got the handball. He's smarter than the Goodwood Saints ruckman, mate. He knows it, or he learnt from the last time. Kicked it out in the fall. So good transfer of play for Miggy's there. Now they have a shot on goal from about 435 metres. And it's Christian Rook. I always forget. Phil tells me how to pronounce his name correctly. Whether it's I think it's Roki. Christian Roki. They need this one, Old Iggy's a much experienced player. Looks good over the footy. That's a very good kick. Gee whiz. Unlucky there. It just didn't hold its line. 4-4 now. They trail by 2 goals. Goody Saints play on quickly. Oliver Johnson now kicks towards the boundary line. I reckon that's Favretto. Brings it back into the corridor. Scotty Bleasing. Trying to shift the defence. They now go back where they came from. This time Iggy's are set up well behind the footy and able to get first hands on it. Holzbauer has it now though. Got a target in Nellis fall with the hands. Hits him. Goes to Burgess. Standing in the way for old Iggy's was number 25. Well, I'm not sure who that is either, but look at this. Look at the space here. Got all the time in the world. McPherson. Will Abbott it was. Just couldn't hit the target. Got a number here, though. Got an opportunity this time. Christian Rook. Oh, good heavens. Now, that's interesting because the modern-day player kicks the check side there all day, every day. And he old-fashionedly kicked the drop punt and thought, from the last one, I'll kick the hell out of it. And just lost it.
I'm not sure why. Why wouldn't you just have a little stab right in that short area there instead of smashing it?
Yep, that's what I reckon he would go back and look at and think maybe a little checky would have done the trick there. Kept it low. Take the breeze out of the equation. That's what he was trying to do by punching the ball. Take the breeze out of the equation, but he just couldn't keep it on line. But they are coming. The scoreboard, I don't think, got that point. Should be 4-5. Now into the corridor. Nice catch by Ollie Johnson. Plays on quickly. Keeps the ball low. But in best position. Old Ignatians.
Let themselves down, haven't they, with some of their kicking in?
Yeah. Yep. Iggy's have it. Heitman in good position here. Can release it to Serene. Yeah, good tackle by Will Abbott. Louis Whitelock. Serene.
Steady now.
And that's Josh Slape. I'll ask you about the fella that plays for South Adelaide that played last year, mate. His brother, Josh's brother, Reece. He's been going pretty well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done really well.
Yeah.
Was a good B grader and then came up, started playing A's and had a great season last year and had a crack at South and so far doing very well.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see kids come out and do that. So Favretto to Ellis, but a nice take by Kieran Reynolds. Could have almost got one for Tulo, and in fact, I think it was the umpire off the ball that paid the free kick to Kieran Reynolds. Bit of space here.
Great kick.
Yeah, it was a good kick. Will Abbott, we mentioned him before, very experienced player, won a medal in Division 2 with Old Iggy's a few years back before venturing out to Nord. Love that kick, nice low punch by James Kennedy, yeah.
It's out of bounds in the full.
Yep. So Kennedy again loads up, goes to your spot, the top of the square. Look at Burgess, holds everybody off with one hand. Didn't take it though. There's still a chance here. McPherson over the top. Around the corner now. Got numbers here. If it sits, it does. Old Iggy's back again. 5-4. I think that might actually be 5-5 if I'm any sort of a commentator.
I reckon that's Will Ferrari kicked that goal.
Right. Well, we've got a 1-goal game at most. Iggy's 5-4. Goody Saints 6-4. And don't like the look of the fact Kieran Reynolds making his way to the
to the bench. Gingerly after that tackle.
One of your dirty mongrel Goodwood Saints boys flattened him. Scotty?
Yeah, exactly. Very well known for a dirty club.
If you can't beat them, hit them. Oh, it's always been Goody Saints' motto. All right, back in the middle. Who we got in the ruck? I think we've got to change. Well, we have for Iggy's anyway. Carter wins that one. He's still there for Goody Saints. Up against Edward Shaw. Favretto out of the middle. Long. Good by Aussie Murdoch at the back with the spoil, although it's Goodwood Saints who come out at first, but winning the free kick for Old Ignatians. And they've done it well there. Kept his head down. Switched the play quickly out to Lawrence Comazetto. Left footer. Down the line. Burgess, the experienced defender. Spends a lot of time forward now, but old Iggy's got 3v1 here if he can take it cleanly. Oh,
Jack Mason just couldn't quite get it off there, could he?
nah. He needed his target to stay lateral. The target went past the guy in the middle, which made it very difficult. Lawrence comes out again. I like this kid. He's got a bit of composure, hasn't he?
Good kid.
Left footers, they always throw you out. He's hit James Kennedy. Nice bit of size, Kennedy. Looks about a 6'3" and a nice kick. And that's a good kick.
Looking for Bradley Jones at number 8 for Goodies. Scott Gleeson just pushed his body back in there. Good defence.
Yeah, he looks like he's gone back, Bleasing. Started, I think, on the ball. Looks like he's gone back. Carter does it well. Hits it on the check. We'll have it there. Can he keep it in? He does. Convinces the umpire anyway. He's gone to that hot spot again. They like going to that position if they can get the numbers there. Well taken by Goodwood Saints. A good smother, though. It's probably the first smother I reckon I've seen for the day, if I'm any judge, but could be wrong. But Favretto clears it right out of the danger area. Long, looking for Hughes. Luke Washer gets it nicely. Got a nice change of direction in him too. He released it to Tommy Scanlon.
And Jacob Hughes has injured himself as well.
Well, that won't be good news for Goodwood Saints if that's the case, because they will be out of soldiers on the bench.
I reckon he's done his shoulder.
Doesn't look good, does he? Yep, trying to make their way out now to see him. Well, I'll tell you what, the guy Stander's making his way to wants to come to the bench too, I think, for old Iggy's.
Yeah.
So we had a ball up.
Luke Washer's hurt himself.
Luke Washer, yeah, they're both going to look like, yeah, I reckon you're right. Hughes will be done for the day, looking the way he's holding that. That's a collarbone or an AC.
Yep.
And he's in a bit of pain too, which you don't want to see. And Luke Washer equally. This is where you say to your mate, well, he's actually staying out, Jacob Hughes.
Yes.
And Washer's the one that's coming off. So that's where you say to your mate, look, you go off and I'll go off and we'll keep it fair for each other.
Yeah, that always happens in footy.
Maybe just a stinger for Hughes because he's staying out there. Hugh Ferrari makes his way back on. Have a look at the pace of Holzbauer here. Off the boot. Whoa, would have been a highlight of the game. Just couldn't quite keep it on track. Scotty, what do you got?
That would have been good if he had kicked that, but still watching Jacob Hughes. I reckon he's struggling with that shoulder.
Righto. So James Kennedy plays on again. What a nice kick. That's almost come to the centre wing. Plenty of numbers here for Goodwood Saints. Blessing's got it. Can he keep it low? He does, and he goes over the top. It's probably a poor kick. Poor choice. Number 14 for Goodwood Saints here. Britton annoyed Nicholas Crockart, and rightly so. He was in good position. Just had to lower his eyes, particularly into the breeze.
I'm not a fan of kicking into that pocket. You know, I reckon that the option is right at the top of that square.
Yeah, okay. Hugh Ferrari. Long down the line. Blessing in best position. Comes across, marks the ball unopposed. Wouldn't be happy with that. Bootsy. No old Ignatians player able to read that ball when it travels 50 metres in the air. You've got to be able to get someone on the end of the kick. Blessing reads it well, as I said. Kicks it long. Favretto, good mark. Stood under the footy. Knew he was going to cop some real heat. Didn't bother him at all. Got up a little bit proppy. Handball's off. Who's this, Scotty?
Juice, OJ.
Good kick.
No.
Just didn't quite have the length on it. Ollie Johnson.
Yeah, Ollie should have kicked that, I reckon. From there with the breeze. Certainly looked like it.
Yeah, had coached his younger brother Isaac for a year at St Michael in the first 18. A good footballer. Played, won the Western Ferris at Westies in the league side a couple of years ago, Isaac.
Where's he playing now?
He's still at Westies.
Yeah.
Good, very talented cricketer as well. In fact, the whole family, there's 3 boys. Another one of the brothers is a very good cricketer in the Redback squad.
Okay.
Anyway, we digress. As Goodwood Saints have a shot, and I reckon it's Tommy Anderson again. Tommy!
Get back in the back lines, lad.
I'll tell you what, he wouldn't be doing this if Duck was here. Wait till Duck sees the replay.
Yeah, exactly.
Tommy Anderson, you will be running laps all night Tuesday night.
What do you mean the replay? Duck could be watching this.
Oh, will he? Well, happy to you, Duck. Maybe send a text to the filling coach for the day and get that message out to Tommy Anderson. So numbers are stacked this side of the ground. That's where the long kick will go. I tell you what, you know why there's been a change, because there's an injury here to old Iggy's too. James Kennedy making his way to the bench, holding a shoulder. Now that's bad news for Iggy's because he was in good touch.
Kieran's come back on.
Will Ferrari hits it to, handballs it to Rook. He goes down the sidelines and unfortunately not able to keep the ball in. Goes out of bounds.
On the full, and this is when you sprint to get to the ball.
Yeah, free beat. Slape likes it.
Out
Used
wide,
to wax
Benny.
a bit with his brother last year, but it's not happening this year.
No.
James Ridgewell on board. He's come back to Josh Slape. He's just waxing, picking up kick after kick. Love the communication from Blessing behind the ball there. Sign of a good side when you can see blokes doing that. That's a nice kick around the corner by Heitman. Don't sure to hold. Is that Tommy Anderson down there again?
That is, and if you tell you what, he kicks a goal, it's a great move. Go down there off the board.
You know, him and Louis Whitelock are brothers.
Yes.
And they've both got the same boots, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's a smart family. They know the orange boots always stands out when you're calling the game.
So close, those two lads.
Tommy for his second, and it's a good kick. It pushes Goodwood Saints out to 7-6. Old Iggy's 5-4. Not a lot in this game.
So Nick Burgess kicked 2, Tommy Anderson's 2, and Jacob Heitman with 2.
Yep.
And the only dual scorer for Iggy's is Cameron McPherson with 2.
Right, okay. I'm missing one somewhere in amongst the Iggy's. But I'm sure you'll correct me on that one. I stuff it up. So here's a chance in the centre square. They've been pretty good all day, actually, in old Iggy's in the centre square. But Braden De Prince up against Angus Rana. De Prince easily over the top. Goodwood Saints have the answer. Not always about winning the ruck tap, is it? Because Goodwood Saints get the clearance through Ollie Johnson's over the back. Ball needs to sit up. Aussie Murdoch does it well. Brushes the first tackle. Well pressured on the second. Now it is Lawrence Comazetto. Turns onto his left foot down the line. Looking for maybe Jack Manson. He brings it back into the corridor. It's a good kick. Good pressure, though, by the young fella. It does enough for Goodwood Saints.
It's getting rid of that ball quickly, isn't it? That's a key.
Yeah. That's almost a great one-handed, too, by
Crockhart.
What number is he? 14, yes. If you see hear a bit of a delay, that's because Goodwood Saints changed some of the Guernsey numbers on us before the game. Just need to
Disorganised clubs.
speak to the president about that during the week. So Braden De Prince hacks it off the ground. Holzbauer, he's been in everything. He's certainly challenging for man of the match. Gets it back again here. Love the pace. Has a bounce. Nice kick towards Hughes, but just can't quite keep it on line. But he's been lively, Holzbauer, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's playing really well at the moment. He's got great pace and can really just turn on a, what do they say, 20-cent piece?
Yeah. I think he won your best and fairest and then went to Western Australia for a year, didn't he?
Yeah, he did go over there for a couple of years.
Couple, was it? Yeah.
And Love.
Found love, did he, in WA? One left her there or brought her back?
Oh, no,
Which one?
brought it back.
Brought her back. A WA girl leaving WA to come to SA. Gotta love that. Louis Whitelock under a bit of pressure here, big Lucifer. And I'm sure if Goodwood Saints win the flag, Louis will still lead from the front with the celebrations. Scotty?
Without a doubt. He loves it. Just loves it.
The Prince over Angus Rana. Looks like Big Carter trying to get his way back onto the ground, standing over here on the sidelines.
Yeah, De Prince is doing a really good job, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah. Yep. And I like the fact that he's pushing forward here as well, which is making Angus Rana accountable. Gives him a little bit of height in the front half of the ground. He should sit under this one, the Prince. He does. Good contest. That's all you want. Ports brings it forward. Just not able to take it when the ball hit the ground, but that's good footy. Being pushed forward like that. So a bit shorter quarter this quarter, the second quarter, 27 minutes 40. And, well, Goodwood Saints 7-6, lead Old Iggy's 5-4 by 2-2. We will take a well-earned break, and we'll see you back in about 10 minutes for the start of the second half, and that's been a terrific half of footy so far.
half-time interview today. I've got Paul Kirchner, the president of St Iggy's Football Club.
Old Ignatians Football Club.
I'm just testing you there, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been 3 weeks for me, mate. St Iggy's, big fella. Just tell me, half-time, 2 goals of difference. Where do you see the game at the moment against Goodwood Saints?
Oh, look, we've just lost a little bit of composure in a few spots, moving across the half-forward line. I've noticed the Goody Saints boys have locked in pretty well there, and the ball's come out a little bit easy. So we just got to get a bit tougher around the half-forward line. I think we're doing well in the centre. There's a lot of good contested ball we're winning there. You've seen Will Abbott and Christian Rookie come out of there at 100 miles an hour.
Good recruit there.
Yeah, he's an Iggy's boy, so he should come home. Okay. So, no, look, we're not far away, but we just lost a little bit of composure a couple of times and turned the ball over a couple of times. That breeze is pretty swirly.
Yeah, we both agree with that.
Yeah, so that's made it a little bit difficult. But look, we're not far away here. As I say, we're getting the ball out of the centre and we've moved it well, but we've just fallen down a little bit over half forward, I think.
Well, let's see how we go the second half. More importantly, tell us a little bit about St Iggy's. Back in the Divi 1, got to be proud of that. Premiers last year. Tell us a bit about the club, sponsors and the direction you're going this year, Paul.
Yeah, look, so we've come from Div 3 4 years ago. So Div 3, we're in the grand final, as you would know, against Glenunga. Lost that game, but got promoted to Div 2. We finished 4th in our first year, won the second year, and this is our first time ever in Div 1 for the club. So it's a great effort. So we got our women in Div 1 in the women's competition as well. So we're pretty proud of what we're doing at the moment. There's 6 teams going out every Saturday, A's, B's, C's, D's in the men and A, B in the women. So at the moment, look, we've built from a good base. We've got a great facility to work on. We've got 2 ovals we train on, the main oval and the back oval here. Well, 2.5, there's another oval lit out the back. So we've got enough room to spread out and train properly. We do have to work with SACA regarding the cricket, which they had an under-19 national championship here only a week before the first game. And so unfortunately, before Easter. So we got to work with them, but we're doing okay. It's working out all right. We just got to keep on keeping on. And the club's built pretty well over the last 5, 7, 8, 9 years. And we've got some really good supporters. We've got the Bath Hotel as a major sponsor. Yep. Ord and Minute Share Brokers have come on as a major sponsor this year. Hayborough Financial have come on as a major sponsor this year. So I think they're recognising that we've got a really big club, a decent-sized club, and been working pretty hard at developing it over the last number of years.
I guess anybody who drives past here, they go, wow, facilities are unbelievable, aren't they?
Correct. Oh, look, we have that comment every time a new club comes down here, and we're thrilled to be able to bring, let's say, Goody Saints for the first time ever down here. And this year we'll introduce a lot of clubs to the facility. And as you can see, the change rooms are a big size for the A's, B's and C's. The upstairs facility is fantastic. And so, yeah, look, we're only short 1 or 2 things here, but SACA continue to work on it. They put a new scoreboard in this year. So, the SACA have been fantastic to work with, and we just got to work with them. And the ground is just, magnificent, to play on. So, we're very lucky.
As a club, we're sitting here in 12 months' time again, Paul, having a chat. You want to be in Divi 1. You want to stay up here?
Oh, yeah, look, and if you look at our first 3 games, this being the 3rd game, we were in front of Tea Tree Gully at 3/4 time. We're in front of PAC at half-time. So we've done pretty well. We're short of a few players today who are out injured, or we've got 2 boys playing on Adelaide Oval before the Port game. So we're competitive. We know that. We've seen that. Everyone's saying that. We just got to win a few games and stay in Div 1.
Yeah, for sure. Other than Bath as your sponsor, you got some new sponsors on the board this year you'd like to acknowledge?
Yeah, that's what I said. Ord Minute Share Brokers, really good mob, and Hayborough Financial, a new investment house in town, so they've come on board. We've got a raft of other smaller sponsors, which is fantastic. We scroll through some of them on the scoreboard and promote them on our website continually. So we're very lucky. We're in a reasonable financial position, but as you can imagine, this facility costs a little bit of dough, and we need to raise it, so we don't get any support from, let's say, a council or whatever. We need to raise it to pay for it, so we do. So we'll keep on doing that.
And that's the way to go too, and you feel better as a club doing that way too. ANZAC weekend special. I love it. You love it. I thought at the beginning of the game, which is fantastic how they went about it, and it just puts a bit of shiver up your spine, and we're lucky as Australians how we live and we play this great game, especially here today, mate.
Oh, look, exactly right, and I couldn't agree with you more. The ANZAC Day weekend is very, very important. So hopefully it came over very well, the presentation, the service we did. I think it did, so we're proud to do it.
And before we go, mate, just one thing you want to push St Iggy's Football Club. If you've got 5 seconds or 10 seconds, what would you like to say about the club, mate?
Look, we're very lucky. We've got a very good club, great people running it and involved with it, so we're very happy with the way we're going.
Paul, thanks a lot for your time today. All the best, mate, for the second half, mate, and all the best for the season, mate. Thanks for your time.
Lovely, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, welcome back, folks. I hope you had a chance to grab a quick cup of tea or a coffee, or even better, nice cold bevy. After what's been a terrific half of footy, we are at Rolton Reserve, and Goodwood Saints have just had the upper hand on the scoreboard more than anywhere at 7-6. They lead Old Ignatians 5-4. Crows are up by 1 point with 7 seconds to go, if you haven't been able to tune in there. And the other thing I must tell you is that it is freezing here at Arctic Park. I'm glad I wore my shorts and didn't bring a jumper. Scotty, what are you thinking so far, mate?
Well, I'm thinking that my tips have gone out the window for the AFL. Good mate of mine, Steve Jackwey, lives across the road.
Yes.
And convinced me once again to go on the tips, which I hate doing.
Yeah.
And so far I'm bottom and just proving that I've got no idea about football.
Well, funnily enough, I hate footy tipping competitions too, because unless you're in it, and it's a pain in the neck having to do it every week, etc., etc. But Jeff Hurd, the historian of the league,
great man,
was actually going to put a footy tipping competition
that's
together.
right.
And he came and rolled it past me one day, and we caught up for a coffee, and I really liked the concept. And Hurdy, if you're watching at home, I don't know why you didn't get that up and running, because whilst it was a footy tipping competition, each week was an individual comp. And Lambo's up and about because the Crows have won by a point. We haven't been able to hear him through our cans, but hopefully you have been able to hear the dulcet tones of Craig William Lambert from the boundary. And we'll make our way down to him shortly. But fairly strong breeze.
Yeah, it's still strong.
From the right to the left as you're watching that at home. We'd love to have given you other scores from around the ground, but as I said, COVID has wreaked havoc on us today. We've lost our main man, Phil. He would generally give us the scores from all the other games. Getting phoned in, we haven't been able to do that today. We haven't had any stats for you today because our statisticians have gone down with COVID.
Well, let's hope Phil has a shave too while he's got some time off. What do you reckon?
Well, he was supposed to come today and drop off stuff too, and just didn't bob.
Soft.
And, look, I mean, you might be crook, Phil, but there's no excuse for letting your teammates down. Anyway, Rolton Reserve, what a place to watch a game of footy, and more particularly, what a place to be able to play. The surface, absolutely immaculate. The Old Ignatians Football Club must pinch themselves every day coming out to train here.
Well,
Scotty?
I don't reckon they train on the oval. I reckon they're
Oh,
training...
they do.
On
They
this
do,
oval,
yeah, they do.
They were training out the back.
No, I spoke with Bootsy during the week.
Oh, jeez.
One thing I will tell you, that there's 6 of their first 9 games are away. So the other amazing stat, because I know you like stats, is that for the first 4 games, Old Ignatians play, actually the first 5, in the first 5 games they play 4 sides that played finals last year in Div 1. So welcome to Div 1.
Okay, thank you.
And then on top of that, they only are able to play 3 home games in the front 9, principally because it was still being used for cricket.
Yeah.
So they're able to train, but they weren't able to use the whole oval. The cricket pitch area was flagged off. They've now got full access to that, and I would think Bootsy would be giving them a bit of a boot at half-time, saying, boys, we're in it. We're clearly in it. They're down to 1 player on the pine.
I think that's the key in this day and age with this footy, with the rotations. Clearly, Sam Lowby won't come back on.
Yep.
And Tom Lynch won't be coming back on it. So they're down to 1 on the bench. And as we suggested that maybe Jacob Hughes has got a bit of a shoulder injury.
He's still out there, isn't he, Jacob?
Yes, he certainly is.
And that's Nicholas Crockhart starting on the bench, but he looks okay. And conversely for Old Iggies, can't see... I can see 2 players coming towards the interchange bench now, so that may be what it comes down to in the last quarter. Certainly, if it appeared that James Kennedy was struggling a little bit, but I can see he's now back out on the ground, which is terrific for Old Iggies. We've been able to identify the strange number. Who was that again?
Number 65, so Connor Bristow, changed from 35 to 65.
Okay, so for Mr. and Mrs. Bristow at home, apologise for getting his name wrong.
Stop ringing us.
Well, we'll blame Paul Kirchner for that. We're going back into the middle. The most fascinating battle of the day has been between the two ruckmen, Tommy Carter and Braden De Prince. Let's see how they go now. De Prince it is who gets first hands on it. Not able to take it away. Gets second bite at it though. Carter now slaps it back. Favretto going at it. Iggy's come forward now. Iggy Saints, what's that, a crossover. They still have it here. Nice handball from Abbott. Good pressure from Goodwood Saints, however. Their defence has stood up pretty well for most of the day. Their one-on-one stuff's been terrific. Whatever restart, it's inside the forward 50 for Iggy's. Carter able to go that one unopposed because De Prince is back behind the footy. Holzbauer comes at it, been good all day. That could almost be a throw or holding the ball. Nothing doing. The umpire says play on. Nothing to see here. Just like the first quarter, boys throwing themselves at the ball willingly and not able to affect any real good chain of play. So we have a ball up. This time Iggy's go forward. Goes to the square. McPherson comes at it. He's been lively, Cam McPherson. He had to compete against two there, but he's a likely sort. He's good on the ground. He's also good in the air. Goodwood Saints waste no time, though. They bring the ball out. It's gone to the back pocket. Looks like it might be Blessing with the ball. He goes long, and a nice catch by Angus Rana. Like the look of this lad. It's going to be hard for opposition sides to combat with that size. He'd be a 6'4", but his arms are about 7'4", I reckon, Scotty.
He's certainly long and lanky.
Prince not able to get underneath that footy, but Iggy's have all the answers here. Got the short kick into the corridor. If they can hit it, they do. It's Bradley Jones. Lays it off on the left foot now. They go inside forward 50. McPherson comes at it. He might get it back here. He does. Can he pick it up? He can't. They still are in control here, though, Iggy's. It's Edward Shaw, yeah. But Louis Whitelock. So there's the difference. Louis Whitelock very rarely misses with the kick, although Tommy Anderson on that occasion, the brother, not able to control the ball. That wind, I think, is playing a little bit of havoc.
A little
Scotty.
bit swirly, I reckon.
Yeah. So it's not straight up and down the ground. Looks like it's coming from the south.
Edward Shaw did very well down there. Good at ground level.
Yeah. And a good battle again in the ruck. Nice release handball. Puts Ferrari into a bit of space. He's had one already. That's his second for the day. The Ferrari, and boy, oh boy, didn't he move like a Ferrari then, Scotty?
Yeah, he was flat.
Not like a Volkswagen that you drive.
Oh, I wish. I've got the family truckster.
Oh, right, good to hear. That's Hugh Ferrari's second. Puts Old Ignatians now out to 6-5. They trail, so that scoreboard was incorrect at halftime. That point's been adjusted. And it's Goodwood Saints by 7 points. 7-6 lead Iggy's 6-5, and that's the first goal of the game. I reckon they're going to need to be up by 2 by three-quarter time to win this game, Scotty.
Yeah, I reckon you're right. That breeze certainly hasn't died down at all.
Look at Big De Prince. Oh. Big De Prince is doing it all himself today. Oh, he's won the tap, he's taken the crumb and he's kicked it. And, well, sometimes luck's a fortune because that has landed in the arms of possibly Junior Grant, is it? Not sure, but whoever it is, it will be kicking with a good breeze at his back.
Jones?
Jones, is it? Okay. You're going to need to go probably right post, I think, with that breeze. I reckon he'll make the distance. Comes in, nice balanced. Nice run up. Good technique, straight in front. The ball drops a little bit queer, but boy, oh boy, make no mistake about that. That's 2 goals in a row for Iggy's.
And that was Brad Jones.
And that is Brad Jones's first. And they have come out all guns blazing. They're out to 7 goals, 5. They trail by the 1 single point, and as we predicted before the game, this is game on here at Karen Rolton Reserve. What's happening with Saints? Scotty, what do you got for me?
Well, I think they're going to definitely find not having that extra player on the bench is going to affect them. But Prudhomme is really doing that. De Prince is doing a great job in that ruck.
Yeah.
The first opportunity.
Yeah, they've won the first 2 centre clearances, I would have thought. And there's another tap by De Prince, and again they go forward. Although Carter it is that ends up with it, goes the barrel. And I tell you what, sometimes footy is unfair because they had all the momentum of Old Iggy's, and Carter ends up with the ball.
He certainly didn't kick it to him. I don't reckon.
Kicks a barrel and it lands in the arms of Favretto. And who else would you want kicking for goal for you? The value of being in front for a rush kick, I guess.
I don't reckon he's going to make the distance.
No. He's put it out the space side for the tall giant. Oh, I thought he had almost done enough. The umpire says no. Favretto, Holzbauer, sorry. Iggy's got all the answers there, and that looks like Lawrence Comazetto now steaming out of the back lines. The left footer goes to the wing. Good kick, good defence by Josh Slape, however. And they're able to turn it back in their favour. Goodwood Saints. Blessing has it. He's got Holzbauer out here. Didn't see him. Still got his arms out, Benny. Oh,
Burgess.
well, that was just too easy in the end. And Burgess missed what was a walk-in goal, really, for a player of his calibre.
This will go around about the centre mark.
Kennedy, bang, goes straight to the Prince. Anderson, now he's back in the back lines again. He can't make up his mind. Good kick. Again, it's Kennedy. Being very important for old Iggy's today, Kennedy. Aaron Sayin. Nice bit of footy from Goodwood Saints. Gee whiz, that was a terrific effort by the Iggy's boy running back with the fly of the ball. Almost cleaned up Angus Rana. Didn't get the free kick, Angus. There's still a chance here, Goody Saints. Benny Holzbauer. No one able to take the ball, and we'll have a boundary throw-in. Gee, that was a tough contest, wasn't it? That kid from Old Iggy's rang back into Angus Rana. They're both feeling it from that contest.
Good courage. That's
Yeah.
what you want.
Yeah, well, Iggy's desperate to win their first ball. Rana it is that gets the tap, hits it twice, in fact. Left footer from Iggy's towards the boundary line. And that's a good result. Good relief of pressure.
7-minute mark of the third quarter, and the Saints lead by 2 points.
Yet to score a goal this quarter, Goodwood. A couple of different ruckmen here. So where's the Prince gone? Oh no, the Prince it is, sorry, I beg your pardon. And Carter, the Prince does it well again, rows his own ball, almost like Carter likes to do. Christian Rook, he's got some length on that kick.
He's just got it on the boot, and that's gone 50 metres.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit in that breeze. As we mentioned, they need to be up by twos. Only 7 minutes gone, so still got plenty of time, Iggy's. Carter and the Prince. We've called it all day. Good battle of strength. No one gets decisive. Carter ends up with the footy into the corridor. Now they've got some players there. Goody Saints. Nice transfer of play. Out to Louis Whitelock. Went one way, now he's gone the other. They've come back this side of the ground. In the end, luck is a fortune, and Zachary Sanderson has marked the ball halfway between the back pocket and the half-back flank. He decides to go long and high. The Prince underneath this one. Can he mark it? No, he can't. They take the first bite of it, though, Iggy's. Now it's Ellis for Goody Saints to Carter. He goes to Anderson. Can he take it cleanly? No. Struggle to see a lot of real clean passages of footy today from, more than 4 or 5 disposals, haven't we? And I think the wind and the pressure, perhaps, Scotty, have been the reason for that.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly not an open play, is it?
No. So, the Prince holding front spot. Good, Christian Rook. Good bit of footy. And a nice push there. The umpire's seen the push in the back. Josh Slape will get a free kick. Now, I like that. He's twitched the play into the corridor, but not able to hit anyone, unfortunately, for Goody Saints. And Hugh Ferrari lowers the eyes. Great kick. Good spot up. We've got player out the far side. He's now in Jared Centera. Goes towards the top of the square. McPherson drops what he should have kept. And all the pressure goes off. Goody Saints able to now bring the ball to Blessing. Right in the middle of the corridor. He's got options both sides of the ground now. Holds the ball up. Hugh screaming for it. Ends up going towards Aaron Serene. And now he just composes himself. Short kick. Not sure if he meant that one either. Doesn't matter. Ollie Johnson's marked the ball. He's looking for options. Got one short. Uses him. Blessing it is. Looks both ways. He goes back out of the corridor.
Not a bad idea, just slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, I like the play.
Iggy's really had that momentum going.
Yep, Charlie Pridham to Anderson. Oh, I should have taken that, the Iggy's boy, but battled manfully to get it back, and this is nice footy. That's Sam Boots. The Prince again. Here they come, Iggy's. Back down the corridor. It's 2v1. 2v1 if you can run on here. It's Kieran Reynolds. Can he get it first into Reynolds? I reckon he can. He's just missed him. Going to have to be quick. Oh, he's gone the left foot. They've butchered that play. Oh, my goodness. That is the play of the day.
There was no way that was going to be a goal. That was going out of bounds on the full.
That was the worst call ever. Lambo.
They need it. This is a game now. If they really want it, we'll see what happens next.
Yes, thanks, Lambo. Did you see who ended up with the kick? Because that is certainly a contender for our Simon Black Academy play of the day. We've got a number that kicked the goal. Anyone? Does anyone know? No, we need to chase that one up. It came inboard from Reynolds. So what are we saying? The 11-minute mark of the third quarter. That's 3 in a row, I think, to Old Ignatians. If they can get one more here, they will be well and truly feeling good about themselves. They come through the half-forward line. Goody Saints. Defence is good, though. Although that handball's not great. Iggy's have got the numbers. I just think Iggy's are taking the loose ball a little bit better than Goodwood Saints this quarter.
I reckon they're getting that ball. They're getting onto the boot quickly, and that's the key, and then getting in front.
Yep. Okay, so we're ball out in the far wing. Plenty of numbers around this contest.
Jeez, that was like a rugby tackle.
That was. He's just grabbed him by the scruff of the Guernsey and slammed him into the ground. Big the Prince has come in there and made a good tackle, though. Up against his namesake. They compete in the ruck. No, it was Favretto, actually. Now ball out for Goodwood Saints. Got some numbers around the back of the footy. Has to turn and push it down the line. Good mark. Not pay, yes. That's Angus Rana. Scotty?
Yep, good mark there.
Yep.
Should have made that too.
Yeah, under a bit of pressure from Murdoch. I'll get you to have a look where Burgess is playing, mate. I can't see him up forward.
No,
He's up forward. Yep, okay. So, interesting to see whether Murdoch goes to Angus Rana. Looks like he is picking him up now, so the match-up on Burgess will be pretty important. Burgess now running to the square, unopposed. Now we've got a player running at him. So good bit of body work in the ruck there from Old Iggies. They come down the line. Need Big to Prince to make a contest here. He does more than that. He wins the ball, lays it off. Good tackle from Goodwood Saints. Nice handball from Iggies. Good quick kick. 1-on-2. It's going to be difficult. Louis Whitelock wasn't overtake. It doesn't matter. Holzbauer.
And they should be away here.
Yep. Anderson nearly fell over his own feet. What's he doing now up on the wing? There's plenty of time to get set here. Great kick. Finds Angus Rana. Handball to Favretto. Keeps it low like that. Into the breeze.
Burgess.
Good. Burgess. Nice.
Handball.
Oh, had to hit the tackle. They had two players. That's his second miss for the quarter, isn't it?
Just not quite sure these days. Just don't get that first give.
Yeah. He's missed two important goals this quarter. Anyway, Iggy's, look at this. De Prince in the corridor. He's got a handball over the top. He's good enough. He doesn't. He goes the kick. Who is it? Nice kick. Wowie. What a transfer of play. I reckon that might be Brad Jones, is it? Yeah. Braden De Prince is on fire. He's well and truly in line for man of the match. And coming off at the 14-minute mark for a well-earned break, the big fella. I'm going to say that is, and look at the round of applause he's getting from his home club. So I'm saying that's a contender for the Simon Black Academy Player of the Day, the 14-minute mark.
Great effort.
And it was
Brunelli's come on, and also Will Abbott.
Right, to Prince to Jones. All right, we're back in the centre. Old Iggy's in front by 2 goals or 1.5 with plenty of time left, the 14-minute mark of the quarter. They've been done holding the ball, the Goodwood Saints, and again they go into their forward 50. If he can knock this one on, he does. Same bloke, Jones, can he pick it up cleanly? Not bad below his knees, under a bit of heat. That's my godfather. He has kicked 2 in a row. Big Bradley Jones, that's his 3rd. And I'm not sure, Scotty, but I'm going to say that's about their 5th in a row. Is that right?
Definitely. So Saints haven't scored a goal this quarter.
Right. Now that's
their 5th goal.
That breeze feels fairly strong here. We said 2. They're 2.5. But all the momentum.
Yeah. And it always feels a bit stronger when you're kicking against it.
Yeah.
And they've kicked 5 in a row.
Yeah. But look, I always thought it was nice to have the breeze in the 3rd quarter than the last quarter. If you can get up by enough at 3/4 time, you just shut the game down the last quarter. Much easier than having to win it.
Exactly. 3rd quarter is just such an important game.
Yep. So Carter, this time he's up against Edward Shaw. Follows his work up. Favretto out the back. He's got Slape if he can get it to him now. He does, but he doesn't take it cleanly. And again, they got the numbers here. Old Iggy's knocked on intelligently by Matthew Brinoli. But run down beautifully by Holzbauer, who's clearly been the best player for Goodwood Saints to this stage.
Great tackle.
Fantastic tackle. Nice by Matthew Brinoli out of the middle. Right, he goes to Slape in the back pocket. He is slowing the game right down. I'm not sure you'd be going back that slowly when it allows Iggy's to push all their players up the ground. Big Carter takes a one-hander, does it well. Good handball. Is that Heitman?
That's Lucas.
Jacob Heitman. Yep. He kicked it out in the fall. And again,
they've got the momentum.
They have. Lawrence Comazetto's been solid, the left footer. Don't mean just in build, I mean in game. Scotty?
Yep, and looking quite good too.
Good mark by Carter though. Gives it for Favretto. He looks to switch the play. Holzbauer actually turned his back there.
Ooh,
oh, wowee. That is
25.
That is a big hit, courtesy of Hugh Ferrari. Not what they needed at this stage of the game, Old Iggy's. Good thing is, Benny Holzbauer is okay. A few of the Good Saints boys are very unhappy with that treatment, but he's been yellow carded, has he? Yep.
So he'll come off for 10 minutes?
He will, yeah. He's allowed to be replaced. He's got a bit of spunk. If he's related to Brian Ferrari, it's no surprise. Probably Brian's grandson, actually. I must find that out.
Great seats too, I might add.
Great seats.
Yeah,
Seats, yeah. So in they go. The first time for a long time. Deep inside the forward line for Goodwood Saints. No one able to mark the ball, and good tackle results in a ball up. And Old Iggy's will be ruining that little bit of momentum loss. But funnily enough, Holzbauer was actually looking the other way when that kick came across and just turned at the last second.
Just got him. 18-minute mark of the 3rd quarter.
Oh. Yeah. All right, so the young kid, Charlie Pridham, has the ball now at the far side. How old's Charlie?
Next question.
Righto, another left footer too, by the way.
He looks young.
Oh, that would have been a really important goal for Goody Saints. Great crack at it there. That player, but not quite sure who it was, but James Kennedy it is bringing it in. It was James Ridgewell who nearly kicked a goal that he would have remembered for a long time. Have a look at the purchase on this kick.
That's a great kick.
Isn't it? Look at all the numbers here. Just a fumble at the wrong time. Needs to take it cleanly now. He does. Has a bounce after 2 steps. Great chase by Benny Holzbauer, but doesn't matter. That is the Simon Black Academy play of the day. Transfer all the way from full-back at the 19-minute mark. Who kicked it, Scotty?
That's a good question. I was looking at the scoreboard.
We need to find out who kicked that.
So we've got a 20-point margin, 20-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. 11-5 to 7-9. Iggy's up with a bit of a breeze. And I'm telling you at the moment, Footy Saints are in trouble.
You've written them off?
No.
Oh, right.
Saving
Okay.
him trouble.
4 goals. Well, 3.5 goals. So they'd need 4 for the last quarter. There's 20 minutes gone, but all momentum with Iggy. 6 goals to nothing this quarter. Carter, I reckon they need to get the Prince back on Iggy's as quickly as possible because, well, having said that, that's a good tackle. And they're giving him a well-earned break and maybe thinking about using him for the whole last quarter. That'd be my guess. Now Goodwood Saints, big Carter there by himself in the middle, gives it to Favretto.
Got to get something here, don't they?
Got the numbers there, he's got a free kick. So Carter's influence in the last 3 or 4 minutes since the Prince has been off the ground has been profound, and this goal is the result of him being unattended there in the centre square.
Yeah, they put Edward Shaw in as their second ruck, and just against Carter, just not quite there.
Yeah, just a fair bit of size difference there, isn't there? So any sign of the Prince coming back on? No, there's not.
That's a goal, good goal.
Good goal, who kicked
Saints'
that one?
first goal. Angus Rana.
Angus Rana.
That is his second goal for the match.
Okay, sorry folks, I'm just trying to write down the Matthew Benoli's last goal as a contender for the Simon Black, the coast to coast. But equally and more important for Goodwood Saints is they've managed to peg one back and get their first goal for the quarter. Pushes them out to 8-9, chasing 11-5. So 2.5 goals only the margin. Certainly gettable for Goodwood Saints. We've seen them come from this position many, many times before. Even though the President's written them off.
There's another fine.
Hey, Carter again hacks that one out of the ruck. No one able to take this ball though, and here's the Prince now making his way back on. He's had a good 7-minute break.
They'll be keen to get him back on.
Yep. So this is where you, in your pre-match, you have, for this situation, you've got to start talking about having a third jumper for this exact reason.
Yep.
But you can't have a ruckman dominate for 5 or 6 minutes because he's given away 10 kilos. So that's pre-match, and I'm sure Bootsy would have talked about that, but it's not being demonstrated at the moment. Carter getting clear hand on footy here. See what happens. Ozzy Murdoch be the one I would say, but once again he's able to compete one-on-one. They handball over the top.
Do you reckon they have a set time for De Prince to come off?
Yeah,
every
they would
quarter,
do.
And then he just comes off for 6 or 7 minutes.
Absolutely.
And then bring him back on again.
Yep. But as I said, you've got to have a contingency plan for that time when you know your second ruckman is going to possibly be up against or giving away 20 kilos. You've got to have a second jumper. And Ozzy Murdoch has done it a lot for Old Iggy's in the past.
Yep.
But anyway, that ruckman is now coming off and the Prince back on the ground, and Old Iggy's go inside forward 50. Can they take the ground ball here? They can, and that's beautifully done by Matthew Benoli. He goes towards the top of the square. Fantastic leap by Aaron Serene. Oh my goodness. Cartwheel over
No problems whatsoever.
Degree of difficulty there, Scotty?
Yeah, I reckon about a 9.5.
Yep, the Olympics still a few years off yet, but
Gymnastics.
yeah, certainly a chance. So locked inside the forward pocket. 24 minutes gone now. The Prince hands on ball. Goody Saints under a bit of pressure here. Carter gets it, does it well. Handballs it towards Heitman. What can he do with it? Everyone screams holding the ball, and holding the ball it is. Well, this is going to be a really important shot for goal too. If you can pick a number up for me, I'd appreciate that, Scotty. Maybe Tommy Scanlon is my guess. 21, is it?
It's a long way over from there.
Yeah. I'm going to go with 21. You keep your eye on that.
Yeah, right.
So Tommy Scanlon, if he's any good, if he's half as good a kick as his old man, this will have no problems. One of the greatest halfback flankers the Nord Footy Club's ever seen, Justin Scanlon. So hopefully this is his son, Tom.
Tell you what he'd want to be.
I don't think he's going to make the distance. Oh, it was almost a second Falcon. Anyway, Goodwood Saints will get the kick in. Favretto ends up with the ball. Well, that is holding the ball again all day, every day. And this kick is played on there, and almost 25. Goodwood Saints remonstrating. Tommy Anderson, no, it's not Tommy Anderson. Remonstrating with the umpire. Slate, yep.
Don't argue with the umpires.
The umpires actually arguing amongst themselves at the moment, but doesn't matter because Connor Bristow has the ball. Did you work out whether it was 21 that had the last shot at goal?
I reckon it might have been Will Abbott.
All right, apologies to the Scanlon family. Connor Bristow. Oh, looks good off the boot. Looks good off the boot. It is good off the boot. Old Iggy's out to 12-6. Back to the 3.5 goal margin. They lead Goody Saints on 8 goals, 9. What are you thinking, Scotty? 26 minutes gone, 3.5 goal. Would you shut it down if you were Iggy's? Would you be happy with 3.5?
Let's
Lambo.
listen to Lambo.
7-goal quarter, boys, from Iggy's at the moment. Fantastic footy, winning all over the ground, in the ruck, and especially at ground level. Let's see if they can keep it going.
One thing I do know, Scotty, and that they would have been words of wisdom. Back into the centre square. The Prince, this time it's Carter. Comes the way of Goodwood Saints 2. Now it's Serene. Steal the ball, bobbles this way, bobs that way. Slape underneath, could have got a free kick against Brinoli. He has. Solid unit, isn't he, Brinoli? Bit going on off the ball too, but Slape's earned the free kick. So we saw the Goodwood Saints players just here in front of us as well, just blowing hard.
Jacob Heitman.
Heitman, yeah.
Just their skill errors are really making a difference at the moment.
Favretto's played well. Now plays on. The Prince is in good position here though and marks the ball. You want to play on there, looks like they've shut down, but I think they've got the breeze. They'd still want to try and score. But they have shut down. He would want a handball because the last time he kicked from here it went out on the full. He's going along to no one.
No, Serene will take that.
Yeah, it's a poor kick, really. Slape back inside the corridor.
Player loose on the outside wing.
Yep. Charlie Pride, the country and western singer. There's the Holzbauer, round the corner. Oh, just didn't do enough, that kid. 65 for Iggy's. It's okay, though. It hasn't resulted in a goal. Anderson back up the forward lines. He's been done holding the ball. Maybe the message come back from the duck, from the wedding.
The handball was there.
Yeah.
It's that first handball.
Yeah. 10 seconds is the call from the timekeeper, so all the players will be aware of that. It's the fastest 10 seconds of my life. And a fantastic quarter of footy by Old Iggy's. Half-time, a three-quarter time score, 12-6 Old Iggy's. Can they hang on and win their first ever game of A-grade footy in the Division 1 comp after their B-grade won earlier on today and their first game at home?
So they've kicked 7 goals in that quarter.
7-1. So that's not just about momentum. That's not just about win, I should say. That's about momentum and
definitely the better play.
So we'll go to a break now. And when we come back, Scotty, I'll get your thoughts about what Goodwood Saints need to do to redeem themselves. Well, welcome back, folks. We are three-quarter time here at Karen Rolton Reserve, and it's been a particularly entertaining game of footy, particularly the last quarter if you're an old Ignatians fan. And as our camera is out there, we can see plenty of numbers around their huddle. The old-timers are desperate to see Old Iggy's win their first game of footy. But we'll now go to Craig Lambert.
7-1. Great quarter. They turned a 14-point deficit into a 21-point lead. Can they maintain it? I'll tell you what, it's pretty quiet here in the three-quarter huddle here with the Goodies. They're looking at probably a bit of leadership. I'm not sure. but they don't go direct and run hard. But that was a fantastic quarter by Iggy's. They run all over the ground in the centre, especially on the ground, and they ran with the ball quick and gave it off. Exciting last quarter. If Iggy's can maintain their intensity, they'll win by 2 goals. Back to you, Jacko and Scotty. Well done.
Thank you, Lambo. Goodwood Saints now having moved away from the huddle. The word is the quack. Luke Donaldson tore himself away from the wedding and spoke to the boys courtesy of the mobile phone. Technology these days is amazing, and he has given them one of the biggest pump-ups they have had for a long time. No, I'm only joking. It's the coach today, Goody Saints.
Handed the ring over and said, I've got something I've got to go and do.
Well, Tommy, he's had to try and fire him up, particularly on the back of the fact that every standing coach this year has won.
No pressure whatsoever.
A bit of pressure on Tom. And I don't think they're out of... They're 3.5 goals off of the pace. In saying that, the breeze actually does feel like it's dropped a little bit.
It's just unbelievable, isn't it? You know, strong breeze, 3 quarters, and this is why you should always kick with the breeze first quarter.
Correct. Well, we've got an interesting game going on our hands, folks. Old Ignatians kicked 7 that quarter, 7 goals. 7 goals 2 to 1 goal 3. So massive quarter. Here it is again. Starts with the Prince in the middle. Not much in that. No player able to get it clean handles it, but good. Old Iggy's centre bounce stuff today has been terrific. They really have controlled the centre square. I don't have the luxury of stats, but Tom Anderson kicks it out to Holzbauer. Now, he's the player I'd be putting some work into if I was Old Ignatians, as Ellis takes a great mark. I would be looking to tag him this quarter, and there might be a player that's actually doing that as we speak. Ellis comes down. Good punch by Murdoch. Now Brinoli. The ball. Good kick off the boot, although it's got too much leg on it.
Sanderson. Good mark.
Yeah, Zachary Sanderson looks to go into the corridor. Heads in the direction of Aaron Serene. Got some toe.
Nice.
1 bounce. Might be too far. 2 bounce. Doesn't control the bounce this time, though. Iggy's have stolen it, have they? No, they haven't.
I think he was waiting for Ridgewell to go back, and so he could handball over, but Ridgewell went towards him.
Right. So it's Ferrari, number 7 variety, Hugh, that was yellow carded, we think, in the 3rd quarter. His 10 minutes must have elapsed. He's back on the ground. I think he may have the job on Holzbauer.
Taking Benny, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be the way I'd go, yeah.
He's clearly been their best player.
Murdoch punches it away from Burgess. Oh, he follows his work up well, Burgess, doesn't he? Oh, he's like a bull at a gate.
So he's a defender, and then Luke Donaldson has moved him up in
Yeah.
the forward lines, and
Yeah.
he's been extremely successful.
Yeah, he's a good player as a defender as well, that's for sure. So, Goody Saints first hands on the footy at that contest. And here they are again with an opportunity, but ball spills to the back. And, well, I'm shivering up here, folks, with how cold it is.
I'm glad I brought a jacket
Yeah.
that way.
So, no one gets hand on that. Goody Saints out the back. Ellis around the corner. Long. Good punch again by Murdoch. He sits well from behind. Plays the rear shoulder as good as anyone in the competition. 6-65, Connor Bristow. Nice kick into the corridor, but Carter does it well. Still there, they got the numbers. Sam Boots keeps it alive, follows his work up with a good handball. Can they take it cleanly? They can't, but they got numbers. Although Goody Saints have got numbers out the back here now. And the home crowd is screaming for holding the ball. But, folks, this is an AFL footy. You get a little bit longer in the Adelaide Footy League. I thought that was a good decision. Anyway, we will have a boundary throw, won't we? Yeah, someone injured there.
That's Arian Serene's.
Right, okay.
Coming up very gingerly.
So they're set up well behind the footy here, Iggies. Can it stay in, this kick? No, it goes out on the fall, I think. Yeah, Serene looking a little bit worse for where he's come off. I don't need him off for too long. Goody Saints, his run's been really important from the back half. I guess who's got it? The main man for Goodwood Saints, Holzbauer.
Crockut's come on for Serene. And the only reason I know that is because he is the only bloke that can come on.
Well, plenty of numbers out the back. Tommy Scanlon will be first of this footy. What can he do with it? He handballs inside. Goes to Kieran Reynolds. He gets a bit of up and under that kick, but gee, charging the footy beautifully was Edwards. Yeah, Brad Jones, and he kicks it. A free kick to McPherson, I reckon. He's paid over the shoulder against Kyle Kirk. Your thoughts on that one, Scotty?
Yeah, that's against Nick Crockhart. Yeah, I think he had his arm on his shoulder.
Okay, so Cam McPherson, he started the game in a blaze of glory. I think he kicked the first 2 for Iggy's.
Yep.
Down the other end. So he's a well-balanced footballer. This is a really important kick. All the momentum, if they kick the first goal of the game, the quarter, into the breeze, the 4-minute mark, they will be up and about and hard to beat. Here he comes. It's good off the boot, folks. Just hold its line. He's unlucky there. He probably expected a little bit of deviation courtesy of the wind. Didn't get it. They get their first point. So Tommy Anderson plays on straight down the middle. Goes to Carter. Well done to Prince. Beautifully hacked off the ground by Kennedy. Goodwood Saints under a bit of pressure here. Need to take this one cleanly. Slaps it back into the corridor. Dangerous. Oh, that's a throw. Umpire doesn't say so. So Iggy's end up with it. They've got all the answers there. Tommy Anderson takes a good mark and relieves the pressure for Goodwood Saints. Plays on quickly.
He's played well, Tom.
He has. As has Favretto. Liked his game. 22. James Ridgewell, yeah. Important kick, this important ball to be won. He kept his feet well, Burgess. Good footy, and then laid the handball off because he took 2 players. Back to Favretto. Releases Scott Blessing, and he kicks down the line.
Rana just couldn't quite get that. Good pressure from Iggy's though.
Yeah, good example of the importance of keeping your feet from Nick Burgess. He does that well. He doesn't go to ground easily. He's got strong through the hips, strong through the core.
Good core.
Boundary throw-in. The Prince could have got a free almost, doesn't. Umpire says play on. He follows his work up. Carter's giving him a good battle.
And Iggy's will love this. They'll just try and hold the ball up as much as they can.
Well, that's it.
Stop Saints getting the flow on.
Yep. They've yet to kick a goal, have they? You know, we're 6 minutes in now. If they can get to I always thought if you could get to the 10-minute mark and hold them from scoring, then the pressure starts to build up and it just becomes harder and harder if you can hold them for the first 10.
Saints have got to kick 4 goals.
Yep. Interestingly enough, it's one-on-one around no team playing spare behind the ball at this stage. Thought Iggy's might look to do that with Aussie Murdoch, but he's picking up Angus Rana, who's proved quite lively in the air for Goodwood Saints. So no ruckman gets that, but Iggy's end up with the footy here. Their on-ball brigade has been pretty good, but that's a nice bit of play by Goodie Saints. Burgess not able to take the ball. Head high. Old Iggy's. This is one of the young Iggy's from Old Iggy's. Blue boots. You stand out. Not quite picked out who it is.
I think it was Brunelli.
No, it's not. There's Brunoli here.
Oh, yep.
This is Brunoli. Good mark. Good lead. Plays on quickly. Nice, and there's a bit of space. Gee, he's presented well, Jones. I've really liked his game. Blessing, a bit of experience has been good. Gee, Slape's got cramp in the middle. They won't need him going down for too long. Nice kick.
He's coming off.
Yeah, okay, so nice kick from Will Ferrara. He ends up with Kieran Reynolds. Kick 1. He's got Brad Jones here in the pocket. Oh, he takes the more risky kick, and I tell you what, it's an absolute beauty. He's opened up the corridor nicely. And having a shot on goal now, it'll probably be about 48 metres from the kick. Difficult kick, Will Ferrari, but, well, you don't have a name like Ferrari and not move fast. Your thoughts, Scotty?
Look, obviously, if he kicks this, I think the game's over.
Figaro, the lady will sing. Oh my God, it's held its line. Jeepers, it's touched by Big Carter right on the goal line. That would have been almost it. Goodwood Saints play on quickly. Louis Whitelock, watch this kick. This will hit the mark. You can bet your balls. Oh, you bet your something on that.
Bottom dollar.
Bottom dollar, thank you. There's a bit of heat there from Iggy's though. Geez, their ability to win the ground ball's been good. That could have been holding the ball. Goodwood Saints now. They're under pressure. Heitman hits it towards Kirk. Does it nicely through traffic. Can he hit the target though? He can't. 18, Isaac Ryan in his 150th rig. He did it exceptionally well defensively then, but gee, the players are throwing themselves willingly at it, and I've liked Kyle Kirk's game as well. I think he's a real competitor.
Yeah, he's playing well.
He has indeed. Rana going
they've got to, don't they? They've got to put their body on the line at the moment. If they think they're a chance of winning,
yep.
The next probably 5 minutes is critical.
Yeah, we're out to we're 9 minutes gone. Mentioned that 10-minute mark being crucial in the minds of the players. Blessing has it now. Liked his game too, and that's a beautiful kick to Favretto. Oh, unlucky. Favretto's had a leather poisoning today. He's been very good, and his kick is terrific. Well, they're going to go to the back. Nicely controlled by Old Ignatians. Tommy Scanlon kicks it out to space. They've got all the numbers here. There's 3 of them going to be first to the ball. Now this is the important one. Can they chain it up? They can. Nicely done. Good footy. That handball missed the mark. Put this kick under a bit of pressure, but good enough. Good enough. What's this kick look like? It looks good off the boot. Wowie. Kieran Reynolds is going to go for his second goal and the nail. I'm calling it at right on the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jacko. If they're going to win this game, they need to have got a couple of quick goals in that first 10 minutes. And Iggy's pressure has been outstanding.
Yep, it has indeed. Around the ball, the ground balls, been terrific. So, Kieran Reynolds to become a legend of the Old Ignatians Football Club. He's second of the day. Straight in front, 25 metres out. Keeps it low. It keeps an absolute shocker.
Looks like one of my kicks.
Wow. Louis Whitelock ends up with the ball. He goes long. The Prince punches the ball. Still got the numbers. The Prince. Still got the numbers. Iggy's. Bernoli pushes off. Handballs a lot. Handballs it out. Did enough. I tell you what, that would have been
James.
morale sapping had they transferred the ball. Lambo.
Number 9 from St. Iggy's is off with cramp, boys.
Thanks, Lambo. All right. Iggy's certainly been good in the clearances today, and that's young Boots, son of the coach. He's not putting up with anything though, Mason Ellis. He says, get out of my way, son. I've got a game to win. Well, Lambo nearly got barrelled, as did young Oscar on the sideline. Carter hits it forward.
Gee, I think they all thought that was going out.
Yeah.
Just stopped.
So interesting that looks like the Prince is trying to hit the ball on the check and Carter's hitting it the same way. So all you really need to do as an opposition ruckman, if he's trying to hit the same way as you, is just try and reduce how hard he hits it.
Yep. And
you'll be set up. You can see the player from Old Ignatians under the arm of the Prince. That time the Prince hits it forward. Pushing it back maybe. No, too high there. Umpires letting it go. They've thrown the whistle away. Oh, I love when umpires do that and they just let the players play.
I reckon the umpires made the right decision.
Yeah, they've been good today, haven't they? We've hardly commented on them.
Very good umpiring.
So ball into the corridor. No one able to get any real clear purchase, but that could be holding the ball, and was and is. And terrific tackle by Willie Abbott. Yep.
And tackling's been outstanding for Iggy's.
Yeah, he's gone in the middle. Connor Bristow. Yep. Lovely kick, wasn't it? Kept it low to Ferrari. Will Ferrari looks ahead of him. Big Jones has presented well all day. Does he head in that direction? He goes over the top of him looking for Reynolds. He can't take it. Ellis can. Beautiful handball back into the corridor. Blessing down the middle looking for Angus Rana. He can't take it, but the crumb comes to Goody Saints. But as usual, Old Iggy's have all the answers. Now the space in their favour. They have it on their half-forward line. Good kick. Lowered his eyes.
Sure.
Got to play at the top of the square if he can get him to him. It's Bernoli all by himself. Just wasn't able to get him there. get it there. Goodwood Saints boys appealing for holding the ball. I think he's going to pay it. Yep, sorry, Scotty.
No, that's all right. It's, you always know, they always look at the umpire, don't you? And then nothing happens and they just go,
yeah,
holding the ball.
Yeah.
That was Zach Sanderson.
Good tackle.
So Zach did his knee in the grand final in 2020 and had all of last year out.
Right, okay. Good to see him come back from a
really good.
Rico. Now, here's Goodwood Saints' first real genuine chance this quarter. They're deep inside their 50. Can Carter mark it? It's interesting, he's gone to full forward. Murdoch picking him up. How do you see the ball out of bounds?
I think the Saints have gone, we've got to kick 4 goals to win this game.
Yeah.
And let's get Carter up the forward lines, take a big mark.
Yep.
And have a couple of people around him like Burgess, who can also take a good mark.
Yep. And it means Angus Rana's gone in the ruck then, does it? Notice the Prince is also going deep forward for Old Ignatians, which is interesting. Because here's Goodwood Saints' first real crack at it this quarter, and it's a goal to Favretto.
Yep.
He's certainly challenging Holzbauer for best on ground for Goodwood Saints. They're clearly the best 2 for mine. If Goodwood Saints win, I'm going to ask you to make that call because...
Thanks, mate.
I think he's making a real challenge at it. Favretto been very consistent over the course of the game.
And it wasn't an easy goal though, was it?
No.
It was a lot of work and trying to get it out and really inside play.
So that's his first for the day. Favretto been a very handy pick-up for Goodwood Saints. Came across in the COVID year, I reckon, the first COVID year, so this will be his first year.
So he's another junior. And,
right.
Went down southeast, I reckon.
Yeah.
Playing footy down there.
Yep. So this is where Iggy's may want to take advantage. They do. The Prince takes that one out of the ruck. This is exactly the reverse of the situation when he was off the ground.
Yeah.
Goodwood Saints have rolled the dice. Reynolds has a fair crack at it. Nice crumb. He's back on it, Reynolds, or the umpire's paid holding the ball. And good to see Aaron Serene back onto the ground. Obviously feeling much better than he was when he went off. So he looks forward. I'm not sure they can spend too much time going sideways though. There's 16 minutes of the quarter gone. I think they're going to have to play Russian roulette a little bit. Louis Whitelock does that, goes long. No one able to mark it. Ball spills to the back. Ollie Johnson should win a free kick there. He does against Bristow. Now, I'm going to get you to put your coach's hat on here, Scotty. Would you play a player behind the ball if you were Old Ignatians now?
Without a doubt.
Correct.
No
so
doubt
would
whatsoever.
I. Have a look at the player in the corridor, Bristow. Can he get it to him? Be a risky kick. He's going to go that way, I think. No, he's got another player, Ferrari. Lively type too, isn't he, this young Ferrari?
He looks really good.
Yeah.
As you would expect with a name like that.
And Reynolds has threatened all day, hasn't he, without taking it apart. A few times there you think, well, he could have maybe kicked three or so goals today. Louis Whitelock, he senses the urgency.
Can you
plays
play
on.
Out of bounds?
You can't. No, don't know how he got away with that. Unless it was up there, the free kick. Oh,
Burgess.
Nearly a great mark, Burgess. Good handball. Boots gone defensively now. Coach has put his own son back in the back half. That's how important. Oh, turnover Favretto, Whitelock, and a good mark. Lawrence Comazetto. Cometh the hour, cometh the man, Lawrence Comazetto. Takes his time.
That's a great effort.
Yeah, it was a good mark. 17 minutes, and Ferrari's having a particularly good last quarter. Oh, Bootsy starting to get a little bit excited now. He'll be looking at the clock constantly. 17 and a half gone.
Could not see that in the sun.
Brave kick. Will Abbott transfers the play. They've been good getting into space the last quarter and a half, Iggy's. Again, look, Goodwood Saints boys look tired now. It's almost like they've given up. Reynolds. Oh, see what I mean? He does everything. Well, he's ended up missing it, but it's been one of those days where it's an almost day for him, hasn't it? He's just
Definitely.
He looks to me like a player that if he can keep going, he's going to be a terrific player. He just gets himself in really good position.
Now, I reckon it's Dominic Grant. 44.
Oh, Dominic Grant, is
Yes.
it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's all right, because they changed the name. Kieran Reynolds was 44 and he's 35.
Ah, well, I beg your pardon,
So
Dominic.
Dominic Grant is 44.
Yep. Okay. Well,
Mr. and Mrs. Grant, we apologise.
we do. Junior, I think they call him.
Yeah.
He's had a terrific game. Well, potentially a terrific game. They go down the middle now, Goodwood Saints. And a good mark by Will Abbott, the experienced player, the campaigner. He'll know what to do here. This kid's been good too. Lawrence Comazetto, the left footer. Now they're starting to waste some time. Got it in the corridor. They'll push it out the far side. They do. Bristow goes to Kennedy. We know he's a good kick. We've seen it all day. That's not one of them, though. Anderson. Probably need him up forward the way he was kicking goals earlier.
Yeah.
He needs to get on with it. May as well lose by 6 or 7 than just lose by 3. They may as well have a crack at it. The Prince, have a look at that. There's the best man on the ground for mine. Handball out the far side. This side they come.
It was Goody Saints' smallest player against Iggy's biggest player.
Yeah.
Never going to win that.
19 and a half. Won't be a lot of time on either. Hasn't been a lot of goals. Louis Whitelock. Ball spills to the back. Goody Saints got it. Control. Anderson. Good handball in the corridor. The kid. How's it now? Charlie Pridham. Oh, ball goes through the hands. Geez, a few mistakes being made there from Goody Saints. And Old Iggy's made them pay. Kick around the corner. No one there. Anderson. Have a look at the numbers behind the ball. Old Iggy's not really worried about scoring now. They want to shore it up. So you got the big Prince now playing behind the play. This is Bradley Jones. He's kicked 3 for the day. Lays it off to Kennedy. Who's this again?
So this is Dominic Grant.
Dominic Grant. Look at the handball of the Ferrari. There's the nail. There is the game. Game, set and match. Old Iggy's are going to make history here today. Goodwood Saints, say what you like about the Goodwood Saints Footy Club, but they have a sense of theatre about them. They have rolled up today and thought, you know what, we're going to let Iggy's win their first game of the year.
Yeah, we had a big meeting about that during the week.
Off to Lambo.
All over the boys at the moment. Great second half, and away they go, and they win by another 2 or 3 goals, boys. Keep at it.
I can see Goodwood Saints appealing for another grant this week on the back of being the good footy club again. Is there a grant for giving a club its first win in Division 1? There should be.
Well, we'd win it.
Old Iggy's take nothing away from them. They've been terrific today. 13-9, they now lead by 4 goals. And they can't be beaten, you wouldn't have thought. 21 minutes gone. The left foot again. It's penetrating left footer. Brinoli now. Been really good in the second half. That kick just reading the play best of all, I guess.
Not that we can hear Lambo, but I have no doubt he talked about the run of Iggy's.
Yeah. They've looked fit, haven't they? And look, you always do when you're winning anyway, but I guess it was the third quarter. They were just the ability to get the ball into space. Some good height too. I like the look of this bloke, James Kennedy. I don't know what his background is, but he's a genuine 6'3", 6'4", centre-half back, full-back. Most importantly, he's got a terrific kick. So, playing for the free kick, not getting it.
Far off a free kick.
Yeah, it's stiff. Ronaldo ends up with the footy. As I said before, won a Division 1 medal back with Tea Gully, I think it was.
Yes.
7 or 8 years ago, I would have thought, and then went to Norwood and spent a bit of time in the River Murray competition. Good pick up for Old Iggy's.
And as we discussed at the beginning, that's what you've got to do. Go up to Division 1, you've got to pick up some players, keep your current players.
Yep. So Slate goes long. Good mark on that occasion by Angus Rana, the silent G, he's known as Goodwood Saints. Angus. Now they have an opportunity, although Iggy's 2 players there. Got all the numbers this side of the ground too. They go to Boots. He's got Will Abbott. They've controlled the ball well too. Their tempo footy's been good this quarter. When they've needed to burn the clock a little bit, they've done that well.
And that's exactly what they're going to do now.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 minutes to go. Hold the footy up. and got your first win in Division 1.
Carter gone back in the ruck too. Contest, Jones liked his game. In fact, I've liked pretty much the whole balance of the old Ignatians Footy Club. They've got a good blend of talls and smalls, and Goody Saints been a bit stiff with injuries. We talked about the kid early in the game at Lowby that was in everything coming off. That probably hurt him more than we could even think about, but well, you wonder whether fitness or was it just that lack of two interchange players that's hurt Goodwood Saints.
Look, it does in this type of footy. Certainly hurt us at Rolton.
Yep.
But Iggies have really come out. Tackled hard, run well. I think they've done exceptionally well.
Will Abbott's had a terrific game. Yep. Let's start thinking about the awards now. Only 1 minute to go, apparently, so I'll need to get this sorted. Let you call the game while I get that going.
Iggy's coming down to Prince, who's got his name written all over this, but what a great mark. And that is James Kennedy. He's played so well. Into the centre of the corridor. Not a great kick, but it's still forward. Footy Saints had the chance with Charlie Pridham. Tackled. Umpire will bring the ball up. Out on that, just near the wing. Umpire throws it up. Ruck is Bleasing over to Slate. He's all the space, and there it is. That's the end of the game.
Fantastic win by Old Ignatians. Just need Matthew Brinoli's number. What number is that? 48.
Number 48, yep. Kicked the goal.
And I need a contender for the Team Player of the Year. I think over 29, hey? I think his game at full back has been...
Kennedy, yeah.
James Kennedy's been very
well
good.
Done. And I don't think there's any doubt about who has been the best player in the ground today.
Yes. Look, he'll be tickled pink. The big Rados, Braden to Prince.
He's had a fantastic game.
Up against, as good a ruckman as there is in the competition too. That's the that's the amazing thing for Raiden's game, I guess, today. He'd be really pleased. Shows he can compete at this level. Sat in Division 2 and Division 3 for a long time, or Division 2 I should say, and his first year in Division 1, so you're always unsure a little bit. Good job by the umpires today, I thought, Scotty.
The umpires did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I think, it's a really good point. When you don't notice them, they have done a good job.
Yeah.
Let it go a bit as well, which is good.
Shout out to the umpires.
Scores are correct. 13-9-87 to Goody Saints 9-9-6-3. 63.
You do get some people that come to the footy and their whole enjoyment of watching footy is to bag the umpires.
No, I often say to them, just if you put as much time and effort into bagging the umpires, and as you do, put it into supporting your players.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Well, I can see your footy director down there on the ground. He was a runner for today in the Bees.
It's just, footy, community footy. I remember at Brighton round 1, Travis is the president. He foolishly has the president's bar, so he stands in the bar and serves. And I said, mate, you want to change that really quickly.
Big coach today, not able to just hold
he'd be
the shots.
disappointed with that.
Yeah, he would be. Certainly up by 2 goals at half-time, I think, Goodwood Saints.
So 7-6 to 5-4 at half-time, Saints way. And then
9 goals, 4 to 2 goals in the last half. Convincing win, and then someone getting cheered off the ground, of course, playing his 150th game today.
Great way to celebrate 150 now. I assume that'd be probably life membership for Iggy's.
Yeah, Isaac Ryan, well done. Congratulations, and should also mention again, Sam Boots played his 50th today as well, but 150 games, that's a considerable effort, isn't it? That's 7 years at the footy club, 8 years at the footy club. So Lambo's going to present the awards now and earn his pay. He's sitting down there doing really not a lot today, Scotty.
I hope he's not getting paid too much.
Whatever it is, he should hand it back if he's any sort of gentleman today, and I should probably pick up 2 lots.
Without a doubt.
Oof, wow, the breeze here is absolutely outstanding. I should mention the coach Damien Bootsy would be tickled pink. And there's a...
Is there do the ANZAC Day medal? So
the Anzac Day
we struck up an ANZAC Day medal for best player of both sides.
Right.
And Paul's going to present that. Iggy's will present theirs, and Goody Saints.
We'll see how good we are. We would pick for Goodwood Saints.
I think Benny.
You go Benny. I'm going to go Favretto.
Okay.
Yep. And the Prince.
And I think the Prince easily.
Great number 40, congratulations. Step back to the box.
Hope you can hear this clearly at home, folks.
Game playing, good spirit, well done to both teams. Goody Saints, thank you very much for a great game today. Holding his order. Being ANZAC Day, It's well out.
Will Abbott looks like.
I
has
spoke
won
to
the-
Paul at the beginning, and he said the microphone there's a little spot there where you just can't get it.
Right. Okay.
He's got to come right back.
Right. So we got neither of them right.
Well done. What game are you watching?
So Will Abbott certainly had a good game, and Will was pretty solid for most of the game. Goodwood Saints. Not sure who voted on those. Was it the coaches from each of the sides? Was it or?
It certainly wasn't us.
Yeah. No, I think we got that one right with Big Braden to Prince. But take nothing away from Will Abbott, he certainly was. And their whole midfield really was pretty dominant, wasn't it?
They're really good pace.
Yeah.
And I reckon Saints hand skills.
Yeah.
And that's pressure.
Yeah,
The more
correct.
pressure you have, the less your skills are.
Yep.
So it's a fantastic effort by Old Iggy's.
Yeah, their first win will give them a lot of confidence. And tell you just quietly, who gave me the stat about only one side winning away from home, and that was Damien Boots.
Okay.
So he's kept that
Yep,
running.
done very
We've got
well.
Lambo now with the awards. Just getting his photo
we came
taken
out in
first
good
of all
spirit.
before he
Everyone
starts.
prepared well. Everyone had a nice balanced meal for breakfast, and I think that showed us well today.
Well done, James. Good stuff. And Simon Black, Academy Player today for our Para Aid and Archies. For you, for Bruno. Well done, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
And what do you think of ANZAC Day as a whole, mate? It's just a great spectacle, isn't it?
I think the build-ups are, a bit tingly. You get a bit nervous and stuff, but I've played in a few of them now, so.
Well done, mate. So what you got? Some Powerade for the boys, and I've got you a large pair of just like your arms, mate.
Absolute gentleman.
I've got you some Archies. All right, well done, mate. And best on ground today, Brado. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Good stuff.
Yeah, cheers.
We got you a Mosley voucher.
Beautiful.
And the beanie you got to put on now. Put it on. Good stuff. Hang on, boys. We'll get your team one too. Just hang on for a sec. Put it on. Best on ground, mate. Great effort today. How do you feel?
Yeah, really good to get the win. Last couple of weeks been pretty close winning the game, but just fell short last quarter. So today, obviously, last quarter came out firing and got the job done.
Well done. So you want to thank the Mosley and Datafish for all your awards today?
Yeah, thank the Mosley, Datafish, Lambo, Jacko up there, calling it, and everyone else involved. Great work. Adelaide Footy League, yeah.
Thanks very much, mate. Well done and enjoy them. We enjoyed a beer with you later too. Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks a lot. Good stuff. Hey, boys, can we just have a team photo with all of you together? Well done. Did you take photos individually too? Okay, hang on. Just take one of his own. You've got to take one individually.
Yeah, well done to all
Yep.
three of the boys there from Old Ignatians for winning the awards. I should
Well
mention again who they are. Of course, the Simon
Well
Black
done, boys.
Academy
Excellent.
Player of the Day
We'll
went
see
to
you
Matthew
upstairs, mate.
Brinoli,
Well done.
and that was for the goal that went the length of the ground from the kick in. A fantastic passage of play. Best on ground, courtesy of who? I'll come to you with that one shortly.
You're looking at the wrong bloke here, I'm telling you.
Phil Hurden, where are you? Give me one job to do. Best on ground, Braden de Prince, and the player we deem to be the unselfish team player of the day went to fullback / centre half back for Old Iggy's in number 29, James Kennedy. Well, that ends a great day for footy. If you are, particularly if you're an Old Ignatian supporter, History made here today at the Karen Rolton Reserve. They win their first game of Division 1 footy. It will give them a real injection of confidence, I think, going forward from here, and it's only reiterates what we said at the start of the game, and that this is a competition, Scotty, that on any given day, any side can win.
Yeah, I don't reckon there's any easy games. When you've got two sides coming up from Division 2, you've got Glenunga and Old Eagles, and both have performed, that they'll be a tough game. So I'm not sure how what other results were today, but Goodies play Port Districts next week at home.
Right.
And that's a tough game.
Yes.
Port Districts look the goods. And I'm not sure who Eagles have got next week, but I'm pretty confident it'll be an away game.
Yes. Yeah, well, thanks very much, folks, for joining us at home. I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. I know we battled our way through at times without the mercurial talents of fabulous Phil Herden and our producer, Alejandro. But, Scotty, thank you very much for jumping in at late notice. You're obviously born for this, and my job will be in jeopardy next week, particularly if John gets the chance to watch the replay.
I'll be happy if I never do this again.
Thanks to our new producer for the day for filling in, for Liam, our cameraman, for James, for the troublemaker over there. And thank you for tuning in. Next week we are coming to you from, I'm not sure where, but tune in to Between the Posts during the week. We'll have all the details for you there. Good night.
Good night, everyone.